Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the last race of the week before we head over to the Melbourne Grand Prix in real life. And this will be the last one for the break. We are at Vegas for round number 8 of Division 1. It has been a very interesting season so far, and this will be a very, very interesting race. I'm 100% sure of it. I'm sure we are going to have a great night of racing as well. So everyone tune in, ready for some action. Tonight, I am your host and commentator, SJ, and I'm joined by the man. He is back. He's moved. He's sorted himself out. He's ready to go with me tonight. It is Mr. Andy Owen.
Good evening, SJ. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody, for a bit of Viva Las Vegas. Can't wait for this one. Promises to be an exciting race, as always, around here, SJ. One of the tracks I really do like to see our guys racing around.
Yeah, absolutely love the track. Actually, really enjoying it, racing it as well, like qualifying and everything. It's been one of those tracks when it got implemented into the game between obviously this one and Guitar, which one was going to be the favorite one. But now I'm finding Vegas is more fun to drive. A lot of places to overtake, and we've seen in fellow seasons as well that a last lap battle could always go on here, as we saw last season with Campbell Adams, Abyss, and Viper. And we're also going to see what tonight brings with some new guys on the grid, which we'll go over very, very shortly.
Yes, looking forward to it, mate. Can't wait.
Okay, well, thank you very much for everyone tuning in tonight. This is our grid. We've got 18 on show. Unfortunately, we're missing one in the Visa Cash App, and unfortunately, As did not get their butts in a row and to get their reserve driver or anyone jumping up for in for Division 1 tonight. So only one solo in the Haas and in the Visa Cash App. But tonight we've got Kalki in the Merc. We've got Bab14 in making his first appearance in the Alpine tonight. We've got Vettel 920. It's not Vettel from Division 5. It's XSP Jason in the Kicksauber as well. So good luck to him. We've got Midas Mella in the Williams. We've got Eva Lucas. Good to see him back. We've then got Steg. Unfortunately, with last week's shenanigans at Hungary, we'll have that penalty to serve in here tonight. We've then got Jono in the Ferrari, the one that is putting the pressure on Steg at the moment, known as Alpha Gully in that McLaren full pole position or championship position there. We got then Tai in the Aston, GeForce Nick in the Haas, XD Lamb reserving up tonight from Division 2 to Division 1 in the Williams, Vapor Shadow as well in the Visa Cash App. Then we've got Gov number 2, who is Yuki Bear, reserving up for Mercedes. Danger back on the grid for Red Bull. Lexi in the Kick Sauber. Nail Jua, really good to have him back as well. JDMI, who is in the Aston. We've got Sammy with that quali band tonight, and also Chandler's as well with that quali band tonight as well. So 2 guys with quali bands tonight, Andy.
Yeah, 2 guys with quali bands, and then obviously Wojciech Steg with that 8-second penalty that he'll have to serve. So it's again, we're going to see a little bit of a mixed grid at the start, of course, with a couple of the guys starting at the back. But I think a really good opportunity for 1 or 2 of perhaps a couple of the drivers stepping up this evening to have some level of impact on this race around Vegas. Can't imagine there's going to be too much weather, so there'll be no equaliser there. But yeah, I imagine we'll see some good racing tonight, SJ.
Yeah, no, I think we will. I'm looking really forward to it. We're going to have, I think, 3 out of this. So Naljura, Sammy, and Chandler's will be the ones that we'll be looking at to go out at the moment. But we do have some time set up on the timing table tonight. JDMI doing a 1:30.8. That's now just been beaten. Sorry. 1:30.7 there by JDMI. Both Aston Martins have gone for the toe there, I think, very early on. We've got Lucas, the cement, right in the middle there with a 1:30.808. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. We will probably see Chandler's and Sammy retire very, very soon for Q1. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting, isn't it? The toe situation here is going to be one to look for. But first of all, before we do go into some jumping on board with someone for the outlaps, let's go over to the standings just to see where we're at. So Alpha Gully at the moment, Andy Owen, sitting on 124 points. Garris with 95 points behind him. He's definitely pulled that gap in now.
Yeah, he's pulled the gap in, and what I really like about it is that we've also got Chandler's Kalki and Yuki Bear, because we're so early on in the season. Of course, with those four guys who are in that chasing pack scoring some good points last week, it does mean that we're squeezing it up. Certainly, there's certainly a top three battle: Chandler's, Garris, aka Jono, and Alpha Gully. But then we've got a nice little tussle on our hands as well between Kalki, Yuki, Watanabe, Nile. I'm sure he'll be wanting to make some progress this evening against some of these guys out in front of him. So, as much as the championship is not over, there's battles all the way up and down the grid. Such a tight grid. 20 points from P5 all the way down, pretty much all the way down to 17th, 18th. There's only 23, 24 points.
Yeah.
As we have lost a car. Tai is out of qualification.
I think he may have retired in the pits. We'll have to wait and see there, because he has a set of time of 1:30.973, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that time. But yeah, like you're saying, been very good lately with some of those points from Jono as well, and he'll definitely want to be pushing on tonight. This is a massive opportunity with him to obviously pull in the gap of Chandler's, who does have that quali ban as well, so we'll be starting last off the pack. So Jono sitting in P5 at the moment with 1:39.83. And you've also got Steg as well that needs to set time, but also needs to serve 8 seconds in the race due to last week's incident in Hungary. So a few little bit of dramas happening here tonight, which is an interesting one. But who do we jump on board with for an outlap tonight? We've got on Lexi, Vettel, or Midas Mella. Who do you fancy?
Let's go for let's see how far Miles Mellor's round. Let's go with the Kick Sauber of Lexi.
Okay.
He's making his way up that long straight. You talked about the toe, by the way, up that straight. It's quite easy to get the toe wrong up and down this straight at Las Vegas because the toe is because the straight is so long. If you're actually too close to the back of the car in front at the start of that toe, you actually end up passing way too early, and you lose the impact on the second half of the straight. The impact on the second half of the straight, therefore, would only be that dose of DRS that you get from halfway up all the way to that final turn. So it's real important to try and time your toe perfectly so that you're actually getting the DRS and the toe on that final half. So round he goes then into Sector 1, Lexi. So this tight 90-degree right-hander then towards the end of Sector 1. Real tough one. You can certainly lose parts of your car on that left-hand side. And then we're down into, again, another place where you can invalidate quite easily. Off to the sweeping round the right-hand side. And then it's a tight left, right, then back into another 90-degree. A little bit of traffic out in front, weaving track as well as he loses the rear end there, Lexi, in that Kick Sauber. Down then towards the long right-hander, which again leads into another place where you can invalidate and indeed crash, quite frankly. As he does invalidate there, you say it and it will be the left-hander before the long straight. Really easy to invalidate, and Lexi has indeed done that. As Niall Gio in the Red Bull moments ago did set the fastest lap of Q1 so far with a 1:30.3. SJ.
Sorry, I was just getting. I was having a swig of a drink and I couldn't get my throat sorted there. Sorry, do apologise. Yeah, no, really good to see there from Niall Giro. Really good time there from Niall Giro at the moment. 1:30.335. Obviously, Calgi behind him with a 1:36.50. Right, I'm going to take it away with Jono, who's going to be starting his flying lap. He's already done a 1:30.983. Let's see how he goes here. So coming into turn 1, this is the slippery end here. You've got to get as much acceleration as you can, but not too much, so you end up backing out there. But then he goes a little bit over to the wide, keeps very, very nicely to the wall, rides onto that DRS. Going to burn a little bit of ERS there because you want to be saving ERS for the long straight. That's the main area of Vegas that you want to be doing. Gets nicely on the curb there, keeping very close to the wall. We'll push over to the right-hand side there, gets nice on the brakes. Actually, no, he doesn't. He keeps quite to the left. Now comes over to the right, gets a really good exit coming out of the sphere section. Then comes into here. Now you've got to be really careful because you can clip the wall just coming out on your exit there. You've got to take it either tight or wide, however you want to do it. Then this is the part where it can easily invalidate. So he keeps very nicely to the wall on the right, pushes over into the middle, then he'll come over to the right and he'll try and cut that curb. No, he's got it all wrong. There you go, you can see there. And he's clipped the wall there, which is a little bit unfortunate. We've lost 60 laps, hopefully we can get back in. Now he's coming down the main strip. He's probably lost about 2 to 3 tenths here. This probably won't be the best of laps from Jono, but definitely will be a little bit of an improvement. He is on the medium compound tyres as well, so it's interesting to see what he can do coming into the last couple of corners before he gets on to the next straight. Here, pedal to the metal, all about power, not as much ERS, and he's not happy with that lap, so he decides to come into the pits and not set that time. So Jono not happy with that time at the moment, and still Niall Jouat leads the way with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm just on the lookout for Mr. Lamb through the ever-expanding friends list here. But yeah, Naugio leading the way, and Jono, one of the championship protagonists, of course, not particularly happy with that one, dipping himself back into the pit lane. SJ, what do you think from this Q1 then? We're only going to lose technically one driver in this session because, of course, we've got the 2 guys who are serving quali bans. 18 drivers in the lobby, which leaves whoever finishes 16th as the one person that won't make it through. Who's your money on right now?
To go out?
Mm-hmm.
Lexi hasn't set a time. It's got 6 minutes to go. Vapor's in 32, so I think it's between Vapor and Lexi at the moment. I think Vettel will go through with that 31, and he's actually done it on medium as well. So we'll have to wait and see. There's a few guys that have done medium compound tyres. Bab on the mediums, Vettel on the mediums, and obviously Steg doing a pole position with 132.88 on the mediums as well. So really, really good to see there. But no, I think it's going to be Lexi or Vapor Shadow.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, just because of where we are in the process. You know, there are plenty of time left to go, of course. You can certainly get at least one lap in over the course of the last 5.5, 6 minutes of the qualification session. But yeah, with that slower time from Vapor Shadow also on the softs, it's almost in the 33s. Yet to leave the pit lane, so perhaps no panic from the V-Carb man. But yeah, they'll probably be waiting. A little bit of track evolution through the more technical sectors will help. So maybe just hanging on till the bitter end. We've only had a couple of guys retire in Kalki and Tai Tai so far. So not a great deal of confidence, it doesn't look like at the moment, SJ. People just hanging on for that final 5 minutes.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting to see. Obviously, there's still a few guys on those medium tyres as well. We'll probably see them jump off and get onto the softs. We are going to lose Sammy and Chandler's. We will see if we'll get them in for a quick chat as well when we're going into Q2. But I think it's out of Lexi and Vapor at the moment. Vapor has set a time. Lexi still hasn't set a time, so we still need to see that time being set. But at the moment, Steg doing a phenomenal lap on the mediums, taking pole position.
Yeah, super lap that one. How much quicker? I mean, he's actually just decided to call it a day there as well. So really happy with his, as has Niall as well. He's called it a day. So the top 3 then in this Q1 session, putting the feet up for the last 4 minutes, really comfortable and confident that they're going to get themselves through, SJ.
Yeah, well, they're good times. They are good times. 1:30, like I said, on the mediums, and then you've got 2 guys on the softs in Niall and Guff, and then you've also got Miles that's decided to retire. They're obviously happy. I think the 31s won't be. So we'll probably see, as we're seeing Yuki go out again, who's in P11. We've got Vettel that's just come into the pits, I think, or could be going out. No, he's just come in. Dangerous
Just come in.
deciding
Just
to
come in.
retire.
Yeah.
There we go. We got G-Force Nick there. He's in the pits. Bab is deciding to come out. We've got Vapor Shadow, Lexi, and obviously Sammy and Chandler's. So Sammy and Chandler's will retire very, very soon. We've got 3 minutes to go. There you go. Vapor's coming out again, so he's not happy with his time. And Bab. So it's out of the 3 at the moment. Lexi, Vapor, and Bab, I think. I think Bab is just done enough to get through. But I think it's about Vapor
No,
and
he's
Lexi.
not satisfied.
Nope.
He's not satisfied because he's on a run right now. He's in Sector 1, coming down to that first 90-degree right-hander in the Alpine, currently on a 131.2. Plenty of a gap between himself, Vapor, and obviously Lexi with no time, but he's not confident. It's purple Sector 1, by the way. So let's just keep our eyes on Bab as he takes the next 90-degree, and this time the left-hander down towards the curve that leads us to that horrible tight left-hander, the end of Sector 2, and then, of course, the long straight. No teamwork happening here. No toe. Only one Alpine out, of course, with Chandler's serving himself a qualification ban, and down the long straight Bab will go. Plenty of time in the locker currently. 1.7 seconds between himself and Vapor Shadow, but you never know. Down to P14 he is. And he's just about to get up to this final little chicane that leads us onto the final stretch. Goes pretty deep, but does manage to get himself round. Yellow flags waving in sector number 2. But here comes Bab then. Will he improve then over the start-finish line and secure and cement his place in Q2? He will. He gets up to a 30.9, and we did say that 30s would be enough, SJ.
Yeah, no, really good time there for Bab, pushing into the 30s. I'll be happy with that. Now we're going to go back down. We've got Lexi and we've got Vapor. They're both on laps. Now Vapor is about to start his. He's invalidated on and out lap. Now he's going on his final lap. Now we've got Lamb, who has made it through, has joined us. Hopefully we'll be able to take control. Keep an eye out on Vapor Shadow Sector 1 at the moment. 32.935. He's not far off the 31s. Just a couple of attempts. So let's see how we go here. Let's have a look. We've got Lexi as well, who's on an out lap. Vapor going into Sector 1. He's invalidated. He is. That's it. I don't think he's going to be able to get round again and do another lap. So he is done. He is in P15. It's all on Lexi. Lexi just needs to beat a 132.935, and he goes through, and Vapor goes out of Q1 at Las Vegas. So here we go on Lexi. He is on an out lap. He's about to start. He just needs to beat that time. He's not even set a time. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do at the moment. A little bit of traffic in front. We are seeing Vettel in front, though, of that Ferrari. Is that going to give him a tow? We've got a little bit of a hype train coming in as well. Marzi for Haggis, for Brainy, for Saraduk, Kutit, and then Congress Tuck. Thank you very much for the subs there from the McLaren TP of Marzi, aka Zach Brown. Really appreciate that, mate. Everyone else, if you want to get amongst the Sugarjet train, then feel free to press that blue button. But at the moment, we've got QT Leslie. He is in P16. Is he going to be able to knock Shadow out? He still has his teammate in front, but that Ferrari needs to get out of the way. Coming into Sector 2, we still don't know what the time is at the moment. He's got a lot of ERS. Now we'll probably see him burn it down the main straight. Will he get the nice toe off the Ferrari? No, he won't. It's too far away. And so is his teammate as well. He's not going to get a toe. But this is the question is, what is the time going to be? He's not set a time. He's going to be under a little bit of pressure. Here we go. We can see in the distance there is a car coming around the corner. It looks like a Ferrari, but here we go. Lexi's got one more corner. He's taking a little bit deep there. Here we go. Can he beat the time of Vapor Shadow of a 132.935? Here we go. We've got one more corner. It's the fast corner. Here we go. Lexi, can he beat the time? Or 131?
Easy.
Yes, he can. And he's through. And Vapor Shadow is out of Q1.
Yeah, big mistake that from Vapor Shadow coming up to the end of Sector 1, start of Sector 2 there. He was 3/10 up going through that first sector, SJ. All he had to do really was kind of complete the lap. And I know it's easy for me to say sat in the commentary box because the pressure's on, isn't it? When the clock has ticked all the way down like the guys let it, you put the pressure on yourself to get through. And one small mistake, even though you look like you're on a good lap, can cost you your place in Q2, SJ.
Yeah, no, it's one. Yeah, it's what it takes, isn't it? I know what you're right. Just one little mistake can change a race completely. And obviously, Sammy and Chandler's there, obviously with that quali band, that they might be happy with. They obviously won't be happy with the quali band there, but going into the race, it's going to be very interesting to see how they go from the start. But yeah, well done from Lexi. We didn't know what his pace is like there, but both kick sabers through, which is very, very good to see. And unfortunately, solo driver there of Vapor Shadow is out. So those guys feel free to jump into the comms box with us and have a quick chat with us. But Steg takes out P1, Nail Duet takes out P2, and Lucas takes out P3. And look at that, both McLarens deciding to go on to the mediums, going into Q2. So a very, very good start for them. And we've got Q2 coming up very shortly.
Yeah, real good, interesting choice that by the two McLarens, saving themselves a set of softs for qualification a little bit later on. SJ, similar strategy, similar thought process. You can see that there's been some think tank action happening in that Papaya garage over the course of this week. So it'll be interesting to see if that's a similar strategy that we see throughout divs 2, 3, 4, etc., over the course of the rest of the weekend.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting, and obviously Q2 is where we are going to be talking to most of the drivers. Hopefully we'll have to wait and see what happens here, but looking at some tyre strategies, obviously Sammy can't come in at the moment. Hopefully we can get Jake Attack or Shadow jumping into the comments box to have a quick chat with us to see what went wrong. But yeah, we've got 4 guys on the mediums. So Vettel deciding to get on the mediums, Lucas and Steg still on the mediums, and Lexi on the mediums as well. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And Jono, the only Ferrari out there, so no tow from anyone on his end. But the McLarens are looking very strong in qualifying at the moment, Andy.
Yeah, they're replicating exactly what they're doing in the championship, aren't they? So, you know, from a McLaren point of view, they'll be happy with Q1. Q2 is a different ball game, of course. There's a few of the guys are going back out on medium tyres again. Whether or not those McLarens have gone out on the scrubbed mediums, of course, a slightly shorter session in Q2. And again, now from a qualification session to get into Q3, if you didn't know, you have to finish in the top 10 to make it through to Q3 and be in that 10-car shootout. So we will lose 5 drivers in the next 13 and a half minutes. It'll be interesting to see, SJ, who you think's in peril this time around.
Yeah, this is looking a very, very stacked grid here at the moment. It'll be very interesting to see who is going to go out. You know, we've got a few Div 2 drivers as well jumping up as well. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then also some new drivers as well that have jumped in. So it's going to be, you know, it's a track where if you burn all your ERS in that strip section, then you're in a little bit of trouble, you know. So you really got to time it. I'm just going to see here if we're going to see any tows. We're going to see, you know, because the tow here is very, very powerful. I did this track with my teammate Crandog in Division 5. And the tow was it's extraordinary. It just gives you so much more time. And if you time it right, which looks like we are going to see the Astons get on with their tows. We've got JDMI and Tai, one in P8, one in P15. Just going to keep an eye on this. Just keep an eye on JDMI, because he will be the one with the tow. So we'll just keep an eye on this. And I'm going to jump on board POV. But yeah, this is the question. The tow is the question here. But you mustn't get too close to your teammate. You know, you've got to keep a bit of a distance off him. Otherwise, you know, you put him under pressure and then he can make mistakes very, very easy. Sorry, it's JDMI. I do apologise. I just call him JD. That's it, JD. So much easier. We'll go with JD. 35 people tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Just want to say I hope everyone is safe in Australia due to the cyclone. I know there's a lot of leagues out there that have decided to cancel, but we looked at the attendance, we looked at the check-ins, we looked at everything. And if we did have an amount of drivers that couldn't make it, then we would have postponed. But unfortunately, you all want to continue to race. And some of you may have not been affected by the cyclone. But if you are, please stay safe. And yeah, look after yourselves. And we'll see you back on track very, very shortly. your health and your well-being is more considered more than playing a computer game. So yeah, we want to make sure that you're all safe and you're all looked after. But we are got some racing at Vegas tonight for Division 1. JD. See, there you go. So he's done a 137.14 and his teammates done a 135.25. So there's some good times. And also look at the McLaren as well. They've obviously done the tow as well. So JD and the Aston of Tai, pretty good times there in the 30s already. And they're right at the top. So going to be interesting. I do not know how this is going to go when this timer gets very close to the end here. We can have a complete mixture of teams.
Yeah, we really could, and again, I think from a tow perspective, I'd be really interested to see who's gone out on news, who's gone out on scrubbed, because again, a 30.3 on those medium tyres is very similar to the time that Wojciech put in Q1. So yeah, be interested to see what kind of time those guys are going to put down. Plenty of times coming through right now. We've got Lexi does have traffic, and Lexi's got a tow. Lexi's got a tow off Vettel. All the way down. Vettel pulls off to the left-hand side then. How's that impacted Lexi then? He's currently sat in P15, of course, and he's hit the wall. Lost that right end plate. Does that mean he's going to dip into the pits? He's going very slow, and he's crossed the pit entry line after the triangular quadrant. That could well see him in trouble with the stewards, SJ.
Yeah.
Even though it's qualification.
Yeah, it could be. I think he may be all right because it's quality. It's not the race. So we'll have to wait and see what the head stewards or the stewards say about that. But that's gone terribly wrong. He's got the toe off his teammate, and then he's just taken a little bit too much, getting a little bit more acceleration than normal, and he's gone straight into the wall there. So really, really unfortunate for Lexi, and that could be curtains for him. So we'll have to wait and see there. But just want to go over some little bit of stats before I hand it back to you. Tai was on. I'm just getting the information here. JD was on old tyres and Tai was on fresh tyres, and there was no tow from McLaren. So that's a great start for Aston McLaren so far in this qualifying session.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just back on Kick Sauber there for a moment. Not only is that thrown out Lexi's lap after he's had to dip into the pits after hitting the wall, that will also affect Vettel as well, by the way, because now, obviously, Lexi still hasn't set a time. Vettel set a time, but he's only in P8. Lexi got into the pits first. Vettel then had to sit and wait whilst they put the first Kick Sauber into the garage. So Vettel's lost a little bit of time here. After doing that first run on the medium tyre. Lexi yet to set a time, so I don't think there's going to be much towing action. Certainly not a tow where the lead car gets out of the way, SJ. It's thrown them out of kilter a little bit. They're off in terms of their timing now with a little over 7.5 minutes left to go in this Q2 session.
Yeah, no, there's still some interesting times, and I think there's still some improvement there. As you can see, Niall doing that 29, so obviously the track's definitely warmed up. We've still got John O still to set a time, who I think is setting a time at the moment. He's going to jump on board with him. He's on the medium tyres, so he's going for the same sort of strategy as Steg did. Steg has actually now jumped onto the soft compound tyres, so we'll have to wait and see at the moment. We've got comments coming in tonight, which is really, really good to see. There's no rule against it in quali. Boggles the mind that there's quali rules and race rules. Should be both. We'll have to wait and see. Well, that's something we can look into. You're not going to get everything right. You know, there is going to be things that we make mistakes on. There is going to be loopholes. It's 23 pages of a rule book. Only 2 more pages, and we've got bloody more pages than PSGL. You know, so, and end of the day, we want to try and make. We still want to give these guys an opportunity to race and have fun. We do not want to take that away from them. We do not want to take freedom away from them. You know, they've got to be freedom on. We've got to be a little bit more free on the track. Otherwise, it'll be like driving in a straight jacket. Jono, not the best time there. Pushes himself up to 111, 131.196 into P11 there, and on the medium compound tyres. So we'll definitely want to get off them because at the moment he's going out.
Yeah, he's certainly in danger. Made a bit of a mistake going through the final chicane clipped the wall on entry, which would have cost him a couple of tenths. And that couple of tenths, of course, probably cost him a top 10. Vettel currently on his outlap. Lexi not left the garage just yet. So Vettel looking to get himself out and about. Oh, a little bit out of shape here. G-Force Nick all over the road in the middle of Sector 2, going through that tight technical part before he takes the long sweeping right. Clips the wall again. So a little bit dangerous this here from G-Force Nick. Really looks like he's pushing this harsh to its absolute limits as he gets himself down the straight. There's a Ferrari behind him. I think that's Jono actually on his in lap, so I can't imagine Jono would be taking advantage of any tow because he did slow down to let G-Force Nick past him. But here comes G-Force Nick then down towards the final tight little chicane. Start of Sector 3 again, clobbers the curb, really puts the car out of shape, and I think he's going to pull over to the left-hand side and dip into the pit lane. Yeah, he is unsatisfied with that run, SJ. He's going to have to dip in real quick, throw some fresh boots on, and go again.
Yeah, didn't look comfortable on the lap, made a few mistakes, some few errors there, a little bit of damage to the Haas car. So, yeah, he's going through, as it stands at the moment, 131.051, but I can definitely tell you that Jono is definitely going to improve when he gets off those mediums, gets onto some soft. So G-Force Nick could be in a little bit of trouble. Bab is in a little bit of trouble. Danger and Midas and Lexi also. All in the 31s, got 4 minutes to go. And at the moment, Jono, Bab, Danger, Midas and Lexi are all going out. And would be breaking news to see Jono go out of Q2 because he is one of the ones that is up there with the championship leader of Vocek Steg, who also is Mr. Alpha Gully. But Bab 14M is about to start his flying lap. So we'll see if he's going to improve because he's going to may have one more last ditch at this before he has to come in and get one more go. 3 minutes to go. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. But gets onto the DRS, down the main straight, up, down into Sector 1. Burns a little bit, gets around about 54%. Now you really want to be hitting it onto medium, because this is a very slow section, so you want to try and save that ERS back and then use hot lap further on in throughout the lap. But here we go. We're going into Sector 2 now. We see an improvement. McLaren going to move out the way there, hopefully. Don't want to get quali ban or for impeding. But there we go. Bab 14 comes round into Sector 2. Takes a very wide line there. Coming into it, nicely on the curb. Do not clip the wall. Gets very close to the wall. And 2.5 temps up. So at the moment, 131, he's looking at P10. Looking at overtaking G-Force Nick at the moment with his Sector 2 time. Sector 3, can he gain any more momentum here? Very, very low on the ERS, especially with the main straight coming up into Sector 3. Very nicely there, onto the curb. A little bit of a wide line there. Niles decided to retire. He's happy with his time, or 129. Only one in the 29. So fantastic lap there. What is Bab 14M going to do? Is he going to run out of ERS to the line? Does a 130. Puts himself into P7. Good lap there by Bab 14. Back to you, Mr. Andy Owen.
Yeah, real good lap that from Bab in the Alpine. Real tight between P6 and P10. And then a whole host of cars, of course, in the 31s. All on outlaps in Lab, G-Force Nick, Jono, Danger. Jono's thrown the soft tyre on, by the way. And then we've got Lexi again, yet to set a time early doors. He's about to cross the line right now, though. What has he done? Only improves to a 131.1. So does he have time to go around, charge the battery again? Probably not if he's going to drive into the wall, which is what I've just seen. He didn't lose an end plate, though, so he may well get an opportunity to charge his battery over the course of the next minute and 40 seconds and get out for one final lap to try and get through to that 10-car shootout, which will decide the grid here at Las Vegas. Plenty of pressure, though. Look at the pressure that's on the Williams garage right now in P10 and 11. G-Force Nick on an outlap. Lexi will be obviously recharging. Then Jono and Danger on outlaps, getting ready to set their final stint at Las Vegas. See if they make it through. SJ.
Yeah, some big names out in that bottom pack at the moment. We've got Danger, Jono, Lexi, G-Force, Nick, as Lexi and Midas is retired. I think Midas is out. I think he could be out here.
Yeah,
Lamb is
Midas is going to
right
struggle.
behind. I think he could be out. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Here comes Lamb coming across the line. He is the one. Could he knock his teammate out? Yes, he does. He puts him down to be 11. Oh, Midas is out. Midas is out of Q2. That's very unfortunate. So that's your first driver that is out. What about Nick? He is in sector 1. Who is coming through? Who is coming through? Where is Lucas going to go? No, he's back to starter lap. So here we go. We're on board. Looks like it's Lexi. I think Lexi's done. I don't think Lexi's going to make it. He's got 18 seconds. No, he's out. Lexi's gone. So there you go. There is another driver. So that's 2 drivers. The question is Jono going to be able to make it through? He is the next one that we're looking at. So we've lost Lexi. We've lost Midas. Then we're now on board with G-Force Nick, who is improving or not. Let's have a look. He is the first car. 2.5 tenths down on his time. Not improving at the moment. Could be trouble for G-Force Nick down there in P12. What about Jono? Is Jono improving? Just keeping an eye on Jono. 4.5 temps up. He's definitely improving. G-Force Nick coming round to the last corner before he gets to the main straight. He needs to get at least a 137 to go through at the moment and put Lamb in the drop zone. What's going to happen coming across the line? I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's have a look. He was down earlier. He crosses the line. No, he is out. G-Force Nick is out. It's about Jono and it's all about Danger. Jono, where is he going? He goes up to P5. Danger up to P3. And there we go. Lamb is out. Is Kalki going to go out of qualifying? This would be massive. Look at the Mercedes. They're P10 and P11. And are they improving? That's the question, Andy.
Yeah, it's very close. Under pressure. Kalki. Yuki goes through, as does Kalki. Yeah, Kalki does go through up to P3. And now it's JDI, Mr. Thunder, under pressure. Can Lamb get himself... No, Lamb's out. Lamb invalidates. It's the Williams of Lamb who's out. And Bab in the Alpine, the last throws of the session there. Alpine and Williams suffering by not finishing in that top 10, SJ, and they are out. JDI, Mr. Thunder, squeaks through by 15 thousandths of a second in front of the Alpine of Bab.
Yeah, it's bit of drama there at the end, which we all love to see. But yeah, unfortunately, Lamb and Midas, both Williams, out of Q2. And it was looking very, very scary for the Mercedes, because you don't normally see Mercedes P10 and P11 at the moment, but they made it through into P3 and P6, so good job by them. The McLaren's looking very strong tonight, and it was actually Lucas that took pole position in that Q2 session. So be very interesting to see how this is going to go into Q3, and I'll let you take it away with the classification results, Andy.
Yeah, sure. So Evie Lucas setting the quickest time of the session with a 129.8, followed by Naugio, Kalki, Wojciech Steg on the medium tyre again, by the way. And then it's Danger, Yuki, Tai in P7. 8th, it is Vettel in the kick-sab with Jono scraping through as well in that Ferrari. Aston Martin's JDMI Mr. Thunder. But the drivers to disappear. It's Bab, Lamb, Midas Mellor, G-Force Nick, and Lexi are the casualties there from Q2 as we head towards the shootout, SJ.
Yeah, a bit of drama there, and hopefully we do have a little bit of a chat with some of the guys. They may be a little bit frustrated with that and may not want to jump into the comments box, but we'll have to wait and see. But I am about to do a prediction on who's going to take pole position. So here we go. We've got Lucas, Niall, Kalki, Gully. We've then got Vettel, and we've also got Jono, and we've got Danger, and we've got Yuki. And looks like we've got our first interview of the night. Andy, I'll let you take it away.
Yes, let's find out who it is. It's Lexi. Lexi, good evening to you. Unfortunately, you are joining us here in the comms box after bowing out in Q2 in your kick Sauber. You seem to have had a couple of issues tonight in terms of getting laps down. You squeaked through in Q1, and then obviously you missed out in Q2. Just talk us about your qualification experience tonight.
Yeah, so Q1, the first lap was I lost the wheel quite often, so I
Mm.
just invalidated on my own mistake and gave my teammate a tow. And the second lap, I heard the person with the 32 time invalidated, so I just took it easy to get a time on the board. And Q2 was quite interesting for me. My first lap was on the used mediums from Q1, so
Right.
I lost the rear and hit the wall
Yeah,
after
we saw that.
a perfect tow. The tow was quite good, so thanks to
Yeah.
my teammate. And the last lap, I got a tow again. My teammate is perfect. But I lost the rear after the technical of the exit of the technical part, which cost
Yeah.
me 2 tenths for the curve straight, maybe even more.
Right. Yeah, so that's what's cost you in this session. So you'll be starting, obviously, I think it's 15th,
Yeah.
possibly 14th. What are your ambitions for the race this evening then? What are your goals?
Luckily, I think Vegas is a track where you can overtake quite easily if you have the pace. So I think it's not so bad as in other tracks to start from further behind. But I think the goal is to fight for the points. I wasn't
Looking
that
to
far
fight.
off the pace for Q3, so I
Yeah,
think
well, good luck
yeah,
to you, sir.
we can do it.
I'll pass you over to SJ. Good luck for the race. We look forward to seeing you on track.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Lexi, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, going out of Q2, which was unfortunate, it's becoming quite difficult to get into Q3. We've seen from most of the guys all season. How are you finding the track? You finding the track slippery in some areas? Are you finding the car is sticking to the track quite well? What's your thoughts to the conditions of the track?
I think each part of the track is different, and if the setup can't change on the track except the brake dials and the differential, so you have to find the perfect balance where you can have the most grip in the overall track, and it's quite hard to find. So
Well,
I think the track is quite slippery, but also very grippy at some points. So balance is quite hard to find.
yeah, well, it is. It's slippery in some areas as well, which is going to be very interesting to see. And obviously tonight, just keep with the pack and try and score points for kick. I think that's the main aim tonight, is it?
Yeah, it definitely is. Stay in the DRS and wait for mistakes.
Okay, all right. Well, we look forward to seeing how you're going. But first of all, before we let you go, how do you find that your teammate's going to do tonight? He's sitting in P5 at the moment. He's on an outlap, hasn't said a time. Do you feel that he's one to watch out for to put pressure on these ones at the top?
I think he definitely has some potential because his lap was without a toe at the end, and
Ooh.
I think without toe P7 or P8 is quite fast. I think he can
Mm.
go to the front and get some good points.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. It could be the downturn of him, with most of the other teams getting 2 cars in and getting that toe as well. So out of Vettel and Jono, they're the only cars that do not have a teammate in. So we'll have to wait and see. But Lexino, thank you very much for jumping in and joining us. We wish you all the best in the race.
Yeah, you two have fun.
Okay, well then,
Um,
don't think we're going to get anyone else. Don't
yeah.
know anyone else wants to talk to us, mate. They're either scared or annoyed
I
or
don't know
one
what
or the
we've
other.
done.
I don't know what we've done, mate.
Possibly a little bit of both, my friend. But I think what we've got here is we've got a good session on our hands. We're about to see now Gio. He's just gone through sector 1. He set himself a little banker lap, a little warm up lap of a 146. He's just set a purple sector 1. He does have his Red Bull teammate Danger in front. Danger's just completed his first lap to sit third with a 30.4. And I think we're going to see a little toe here from Danger on now Gio. Yeah, here we go then, down that long straight. Not much of a toe. Not much teamwork happening there. Danger did not get the pedal down to the metal to give his teammate a toe, so I was wrong. And no teamwork in the Red Bull garage. But now Gio heading down the long straight down towards that final chicane. Shown a lot of pace, Niall, when he's raced with us here at Rush Racing League. I'd be interested to see, I certainly fancy him to be on the front 2 rows, maybe even challenging for that pole position, SJ.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just hearing there. Danger actually run out of fuel there, so Niall goes into
Oh,
P3. There you go. And you are right. Niall has been very, very quick once he's joined as well, and really, really good to see it. Really good to see some different variety on the grid, and also returning reserve drivers as well. And hopefully, if
yeah.
25 is even better, hopefully 25 is the game, and we will see guys coming out of retirement and coming back with us to race as well, which will make the grid even more stacked than it was before. So we'll have to wait and see at the moment. But tonight, I've got to say that this is something that we haven't seen for quite a while. We've got 2 McLarens, we've got 2 Red Bulls, we've got 2 Mercedes, and we've got 2 Astons. Now, you don't normally see 2 guys going through together into a Q3 session. It normally matches up with between 10 different drivers and maybe 1 or 2 on the same team. But Ferrari and Kick are the only ones. But Kick, Vettel's done a 130.425, putting himself in P4. Jono doesn't seem to have the pace as much as the McLarens and the Red Bulls tonight. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But he's doing a 130.5. And every single other driver, apart from Steg, is in the 30s, apart from Tai and JDMI.
Yeah, if I'm Kick Sauber and Ferrari, maybe I'd consider doing a little bit of collaboration to even out that lack of tow. With only 4.5 minutes left to go, though, in this shootout, that's going to be pretty difficult, especially seeing as Vettel obviously now going to be low on fuel. He'll be trying to jump back in the pits, get himself back out for that final run. So maybe he won't be able to work with Jono. That would be something I'd be hoping to try and achieve. But you're not going to get 2 tow laps out of the final 4 minutes of the session, are you? So everybody apart from Vettel in the pit lane, who is going to blink first and get themselves out? Who is going to leave it too late and not get themselves round? We're about to find out in the next 4 minutes, SJ, who is going to take this pole position here at Las Vegas. Who's your money on?
Oh, I'm just going to look at the vote now. I'm just seeing the vote. We've got Lucas has got 0. Niall's got 18%. Kelky's on 0. Everyone's gone for Gully. Everyone's gone for Gully with 62%, 16,000. 2% on Jono, 19% on Tai. So a little bit of a mixture, but we'll have to wait and see here. But yeah, everyone's going for Gully, so we'll have to wait and see at the moment. Guys, if you have tuned in with us tonight, 37 people tuning in, thank you very much. Let's push those viewers right up. Division 1, round number 8, Viva Las Vegas here. And it is 3 minutes to go, and I reckon that we are going to see every single person out, and we are going to see toes galore, and we're going to see people really going for it on this last ditch. The McLaren in a great position here. Lucas and Steg, P1 and P2. Real good position to be in Division 1, especially when Steg needs to get that 8-second penalty that he's got to serve here as well. So a little bit of drama there. And then we're going a little bit further down. We've also got then Chandler's and Sammy serving that quali ban. Let's see any more drama we've got going on tonight. Let's have a look. Nope. Just Steg serving that pen. Which is going to be very interesting. And there you go. We are going to start seeing drivers coming in and going out of the pits very, very shortly. 2 minutes to go. This will be the last straw. Who is going to take pole position? Please feel free to get some comments coming in. Remember, we have more racing. Apart from this is not the track we'll be racing tomorrow night. We've got Division 4 and Division 2 up next at Abu Dhabi. Then we've got obviously Division 5 and then Division 6 as well at Abu Dhabi, and this is the last one, and then we've got a week's break, so everyone will be going to the Melbourne Grand Prix. I think some of us are jealous. I would say Andy's jealous, I'm jealous. I hope you have a great time. Hope you have a great time. Keep safe. It's not long until we see Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Lando, Piastri, our favourite drivers, Lance Stroll, and also the rookie drivers of Antonelli, Jack Doohan, Behrman, Liam Lawson, and plenty of others are on track very, very soon. As you know, Drive to Survive is out That got released yesterday, so feel free to tune in and watch that. But there is plenty more action to come, to still come with Rush Racing League. And big up to all of our sponsors as well. AI 369, very, very close to launch. We're still waiting on a launch time or date or whenever that is. So we'll have to keep an eye on that at the moment. And then we've also got other sponsors as well of Pagnian, SimLab, and New Zealand only Speed Nation as well. So keep an eye out, keep tuning in. And remember, guys, 90 points now, 90,000 points drop down to pick the track selection for season 9. We've already got round 1 at Jeddah, round 2 at Monaco. Who is going to choose the next? So 90,000 points. Get your channel points, get voting, and get amongst it. We are about to start up with Q3. We're on board with Danger, and I'll take it away with Andy.
Yeah, Danger on his way then on this session. Now, Gio, by the way, is about to set his final time. He will set that time shortly, but it's Danger then into the tight right-hander at the end of Sector 1. Has he improved in that first sector? He has not. He is 1,000 slower than his prior time, so he'll have to put the pedal down to the metal. No traffic in front of him as such. A couple of Aston Martins behind him that will be executing a tow up that long straight, but Danger in the Red Bull currently sat P5, 200 slower than Vettel as it currently stands, and Vettel is behind him on track. That's it. We've got 3 minutes remaining in this session. If you're on a lap right now, you've got a chance. If you've not started, you're finished, and get yourself into the pit lane. Down that long straight we go then for Danger in the Red Bull. A McLaren and a Ferrari way, way, way off into the distance as they hit the final, as Wojciech Steg with a 129.6 provisional pole. Can Danger make any impact, or has he just got far too much to do? He's down to P6 now as Yuki up into P4. Jono joining Steg on the front row, but here comes Danger then round this final turn over the line. Can he improve? Up into P5 behind his teammate now Gio. Now Gio on a slow lap. It's Vettel though, 1/10 quicker at the minute. SJ, he's going to cross the line. Can he improve? Get himself into that top 2 rows? He can't. That's it, SJ. We are done and dusted. It will be Wojciech Steg in the McLaren, and the people that expended their channel points on the McLaren man getting pole position will get the payout, because he's taken pole position by almost 2/10.
Yes, absolutely fantastic lap there from Gully. And I've got to say something, I'm just going to jump on board it in a second. Jono played his cards very close to his chest there. He actually sat behind Lucas and managed to overtake him with the time, with the tow that he got from Lucas. And that has put him into P2. He's sandwiched right in the middle of that McLaren sandwich tonight, which is a great quality there from Jono. So fantastic. But the McLarens are the ones to watch out for tonight. You have got Steg in P1, Jono in P2, Lucas in P3, Niall and the Red Bulls in P4 and P5. Then we've got Guff of Yuki in P6, Vettel in P7, very impressive on his debut, Tai Tai and the Astons of JD. And then last, I think, is Yuki Bear there in P10. I think this is going to be a great night of racing here at Vegas. How is this going to go? The tow is extremely powerful down the strip. Are we going to see a lot of overtakes, or are we going to see a lot of carnage? What's your thoughts tonight, Andy?
I think into turns 1 and 2 is really tight. The cold tires, the cold track, it's a challenge. No DRS, of course, between turns 2 and 3 for the first lap. However, that squeeze, people utilizing a little bit of battery perhaps down in towards that tight right-hander. I think if history serves me well, we may well see cars with body damage, certainly wing damage, through that first 90-degree. If people get greedy early doors, we're going to see some body damage here, SJ. Let's just hope that we've got a little bit of composure and a little bit of confidence heading into this first lap, because it can be a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen before here loads of times that it's very it's very difficult on the first couple of laps. You know, the track is quite slippery, so the guys are really going to have to be careful not to lose their back ends, and especially at turn one as well, which is going to be very interesting to see as well going into that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But we are going to get underway very, very shortly. And Andy, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much, SJ. We've got the 5 lights. They are on and out they go. You'll see the car staggered a little bit further on, but a great start from Jono in the Ferrari. He's going to have a look up the inside here at turn 1 and makes the move, gets the move done. Ferrari take the lead of the race. Steg second, third it's Lucas, fourth now Gio. Yuki up into 5th. A big dropper there. I don't know who it was, but Midas Mello all the way down in P18 now in that Williams. But Jono in the Ferrari, great start from him. On the inside, starting P2, gets to turn number 1 first, and through turn 3 they go. I do see a little bit further back, and there we go. We've got a V-carb gone round, and that's Vapor's Shadow. His day goes from bad to worse. Down in P18, no front wing, virtual safety car on lap 1. And again, we talk about it, and it happens, SJ. Too tight was the turn. Into turn number 3, cars came together, and I don't know who he came together with, but it may well have been one of the Alpines. That is pure speculation on my part, by the way. But yeah, what a start we've got. What a start from Jono in the Ferrari, SJ.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic start there, going around the outside, getting the job done. Superb as well, really, really good to see. I saw the kick, Sauber, just, well, I don't know if it was Vettel or Lexi, just literally step out, and that could have been curtains because the way he had to control that car coming in, yeah, very unfortunate there. We've got Danger as well as the left position, so hopefully we can get him back into position, and if you've got him as a friend, that would be great. Get him back in, that would be awesome. Yeah, but yeah, no, a really, really good start for Jono, but he's got some pressure. He's got some pressure on him now. He's got Steg with P2 and Lucas in P3. And to be honest with you, Steg is going to have to get this job done pretty quick. And Lucas is going to have to really help him. And Steg has got very close to Jono already, and he's ready to pounce. He had a terrible week last week. Unfortunately, no points. And the 8-second of Pence gone past Jono into P1 on lap 2. He cannot mess around. He's going to make 8 seconds on Jono. So this is going to be the hard part for Steg. Lucas, if you can help him in any way, this is the time to help him, because Jono is right up his backside as well, and we're only on lap 2 out of 25 at the moment, and well, only 4 cars on the hard compound tyres. Nail Joao and Bab14M and Sammy and Vapor. Chandler's, though, I've got to say, we were talking about it earlier, he's up at a P11. So fantastic start from Chandler's from starting last. Sammy's not been able to get the ground moving there. Unfortunately, he's down there in P17, 2.8 seconds behind. May have been involved in the incident with Shadow. We'll have to wait and see what the onboard stewards say. But at the moment, we got moves happening left, right, and centre. Kalki does overtake Nail Joao for P4. But at the moment, we've got Mercedes in P4 and P6. We've got the Red Bull in P5 and P15. Unfortunately, due to the disconnection, we've got the Astons in P7 and P9, Williams in P8 and P14, 2 Alpines in P10 and P11. They're working very well together. As we're seeing the Mercedes go around the outside there, Nail Joao keeping very, very close, doesn't get the job done, goes round the outside, and then here comes Yuki, goes round the outside on the right-hand side and gets the job done. So well done there. We've got an onboard of Tai Tai, and I'll let you take this one away, Ed.
Yeah, for sure. Tai Tai then just about to start lap number 3, or just started lap number 3, very close to the back of Nail Gio, who seems to be struggling on those hard tyres. They seem to be a little bit cold at this particular moment in time. They'll soon get some heat in as we see him go a little bit deeper there into that chicane. So Tai Tai will be looking to try and make a move, get himself in front of the Red Bull, and then be able to attack Kalki and Yuki, the 2 Guff brothers, in those Mercedes. But as we head down towards, there's a little bump in the road there on the left hand side, by the way. If you get too close to the left, it will unsteady the car. Will he get himself close enough to the back? He's going to burn some battery. Niall also burning a little bit of battery, I believe, out in front. So Tai Tai's going to have to be Happy just to sit behind the Red Bull, I think, here, as we've got some changes out in front in terms of the lead of the race and other positions, as the two Mercedes potentially swap there as well. Careful through here on the throttle, and then it's full throttle down towards the floor on the run down towards the line. And yeah, good lap that from Tai Tai. Just an onboard passenger, really, watching those cars out in front for that, which was lap number 3, SJ.
Yeah, no, it's like a little bit of a chain event at the moment. We've got the two McLarens together from P2, P3. We've got the two Mercs together from P4 and P5. And then we've got a sandwich Williams right in the middle of the two Astons as well. And then we've got the two Alpines in P10 and P11 together. Hopefully Danger is back in. He's dropping like a fly though, 7.5. I'm just keeping an eye on the 7.6, 7.7, so he's not in yet. So if anyone else can send Danger an invite, that would be great. We've sent him one already.
I'll send him another.
See if we can get him back in. We've got Vapor Shadow down there in P18. So we've got 18 guys currently at the moment, but Jono has got some extreme pressure tonight. This could be 24 laps of pressure and going to the last lap when the McLarens decide to make the move. They're going to try and pull away as much as they can. Lucas has already pulled a 1.6 second gap to Yuki in P4, but the Merc's obviously on a phenomenal job at the moment as Kalki looks to make the job past there up into P4. Yep, and Jono down into P3, Lucas down into P2, and Steg into P1. Question is now, what can Lucas do? He needs to be able to try and defend off and try and hold up Jono and let Steg pull away, but this is going to be tough. These guys are seriously quick. We've seen how quick Jono is. We've seen how quick Lucas is. And we've also seen how quick the Mercedes is. So to hold them up, that's not going to work down too well. But we've got a red flag. We've got a yellow there. JD and My Thunder has gone way off track. A little bit of incidents there. He's lost his front left plate. So maybe a bit of a coming together with someone. Oh, as Vettel nearly loses it. Coming out of turn number 2 at Vegas. And that could have been curtains there. But he is 2.8 seconds behind Bab 14 at the moment. But JD has really lost some time, and that's really going to hurt his race. He'll be getting onto those hard compound tyres very, very soon. We are starting to see a little bit of a jump here, as Lucas is only 9 tenths away from Steg. Steg is trying to pull away. I don't know if they're working together tonight. I don't know what the go is here. It's going to be very, very difficult, isn't it, for Steg to try and make 8 seconds on Jono. And we've got yellows, and that is Vapor Shadow. It's gone straight into
safety
the wall,
car.
and the safety car's come out. Oh.
That is not what Wojciech Steg will be wanting. He won't want any safety cars tonight, will he, SJ? He'll be wanting to try and pull away, get that 8 seconds done and dusted and get himself down the road. So that's not ideal. Not ideal for Vapor Shadow, but for everybody else, Jono in particular, that's decent.
Yeah, it's not the best of nights for Vapor Shadow at the moment. 3-second time penalty and losing that front wing as well. So not having the best of nights tonight. And he's got a 10-second quick speeding to track limits as well.
That was harsh.
Yeah, that was very harsh. And he's gone into the wall as well. He's not having the best of nights at all, unfortunately. But a little bit of drama. We got pits, or is this people moving around? Ooh, let's have a look. Have a look at some of these pit lanes. Keeping a close tab on some of these pit lanes at the moment. We'll have to see how Danger goes. Danger comes into the pits. Hopefully he is in the lobby. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look, see who comes out. Everyone comes out of the pit lane there. Ooh, just watching on. Watching those 3 seconds. Those 3 seconds, stay within those lines, guys. Yep, good to see. Ooh, Lexi gets a 10-second speed in the pit lane as well. That's unfortunate. We're just going to keep on board with JD, keeping it nice and tight, coming out the line. Lovely job, well done, everyone. Keeping it nice and tight. There we go. Can we get a little bit of confirmation if Danger is in the lobby, please? As we've sent him 2 invites, and we'll send him another one, and I think that will be
I couldn't find him the second time, SJ.
I've got him either.
He wasn't showing at all. Second time for me. I've been through my 413 people.
No, it's not on mine either. Yeah. So if someone can send him an invite, that would be amazing. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, it does look like he is not. I don't know if he's in or not. I'm not hearing anything. Let's get some comments in the chat, please. If Danger is in the lobby, it would be great, because if not, then we're going to need to get him an invite in. But going over that, while we're talking about that, a little bit of drama going on here, and there's obviously only one guy staying on those medium compound tyres, and that's Niall. And also Shadow. Everyone else on those hard compound tyres, even though Bab is on 5 laps and Sammy's on 4 laps. So, yeah, it's going to change the strategy up, especially the hard tyres here as well. They're not the quickest. So this is going to make it very interesting. And we've seen here that Lucas has now dropped to P8 as McLaren double stacked.
Right. Yeah, that's really kind of it's thrown any of that strategy out of the window, hasn't it? That they may have had, and everybody now on a level playing field. Now Gio and Vapor, obviously the only cars now on the medium tyres. That's a very, very long way to go on that yellow rimmed tyre, don't you think?
Yes, it is indeed, and it's going to be very interesting to see. But he may think that there may be another safety car. So if anyone's listening, we're still trying to wait for Danger to be in or not, because if he's not, then this could cause a little bit of a storm. Even though he is further back there in P16, so we'll have to wait and see. We're not hearing anyone say what's going on at the moment, so communication from Red Bull, please, would be great, because we've sent 2 invites. Vapor Shadow has retired on. Has he lost it on track there? Oh, he's actually retired. He's actually lost it on track, so Vapor Shadow is out of this race. Oh, that's massive.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate for RB. So we're now down to 17, and yeah, Bab 14M leads the way.
Yeah, real interesting now for Bab, isn't it? Obviously coming through early on the to stick the hard tyres, and he's not yet pitted, so he's on lap 7. He hasn't come in early to stick the tyres, and he's just decided, you know what, I'm going to go for track position and hope that there's another safety car a little bit later on. A good gamble, I think, that from Alpine.
Yeah, I think so. He's put himself in a really good position. He's going to have some very, very quick guys behind him, with Steg and Jono, and also Kalki now in that P4 position. McLaren have lost out here, though. Now coming in, the safety cars now coming in. This is a big ask from Steg to make 8 seconds. It's a big, big ask, especially on a track where it's extremely difficult to pull away. And now he's got his teammate down there in P8. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how this is going to go. But we're on board with Bab 14M. How is he going to take this safety car restart? We've got 17 guys left. Unfortunately, 1 retirement from Vapor Shadow, and Bab has gone. Are those hards up to 10? Are they good enough to try and pull away or pull a little bit of a gap or stay within the pack? We'll have to wait and see, as here we go. We've got Chandler's going around the outside trying to get the move done there. Everyone on hard combat tyres apart from Niall. So Niall will be quick on those mediums, and I reckon we will see him overtake the Mercedes very, very soon on those quicker tyres. Question is, though, is he going to be able to hold it until the end? That's going to be the question. Looks like the longevity is going to be able to go to the end. He's not in. Danger's still not in yet. So if you could try and send him another one.
Keep looking, buddy. Keep looking, bud. He hasn't been on my list of people to invite the last 2 times I've checked. I'll keep checking, though.
Okay, all good. All right, we've got Bab 14 leading the way, Steg in P2. We've got Jono in P3. We then got Guff, known as Callie. We've then got Naljura, Tai. Then we've got Yuki, Lucas, Vedel, GeForce Nick. Then we've got Lamb, Chandler's, JD, Minus, Lexi, Sammy, and Danger. I don't know, has he got... I don't know if he's got the take control glitch. We're not hearing anything from Red Bull. We're not hearing anything at all. So no communication at the moment. If we don't hear anything, then unfortunately he doesn't get any points and will not get the 1 point allowed. Oh, a little bit of drama going on there. As Steg gets past Bab, pushes him wide there. Oh, there's a little bit of drama going on here. Here we go. We've got now Duo coming around. Everyone is so close together. This could be curtains or could be another safety coming up 4 wide, 3 wide, 2 wide. Everyone is all over the place. Look at this. It's like a rainbow coming down there. And we've got Steg leading the way up into P1. They've got Nail. Then we've got Bab down into P3. Those tyres have not worked. We've got drama going on at the back. It looks like Jono's lost his front wing. He's got involved in that incident. This is great news for Steg, but not good news for the Ferrari of Jono. No safety car out. Front wing lost there from Jono. I did not see what happened there. Down into P10. He's definitely out of the pit. He's on hard tyres as well. This is missed his strategy up to a T here, Andy. And we've got drama and we've got another VSC.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be Las Vegas without a little bit of drama, and certainly a few more wing changes than Qantas Airways, my friend. That's what we get with this track, that's for sure. Certainly going through that tight sector 1. I don't seem to be able to find danger at all. I've looked through yet again. 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Chandler's for Lamb. So Lamb and Chandler's coming together there, 11th and 12th at the moment, and it's the Williams man that picks up the penalty, SJ.
Yeah, it is. I've just said that if we don't get anything from Red Bull or anything at the moment in chat, what's going on, then we will not be inviting anymore. We'll just continue with the race. And unfortunately, Danger will not receive any points because we do not know what's going on at the moment. So we are having green flags go. This is massive for Jono. Jono's going to have to come. He's dropped all the way down into P12 now. And what's happened? How has he been affected there? That'll be something to be looked at by the stewards. Yeah. No, he won't. David.
Yeah,
he won't receive a point if we don't hear any communication that he can't take control or cannot get into the lobby. I don't know if he has desynced. He's just left, so we don't know what's happened. Because Lamb, unfortunately, left earlier on, but he pulled his wire out. So, yeah, that's not good. But Steg leading the way at the moment. Najwa, at the moment, he's DC'd. Well, we can't get him back in. So, looks like he will receive a point down there in P16. Unfortunate for Red Bull. If he can come back in and just retire, that would be great. Or not take control and just retire the car so it doesn't get in the way, as he is at the back. That would be awesome. But we've got Steg in the lead at the moment with Naljua in P2. And we've also got Bab in P3 as well, who has actually managed to hold on to that position, which is really, really good to see. It does let you, if you don't take control, you just restart. It will retire the track. It will retire the car. Okay. We'll continue here. We've got 15 laps to go of this race, and this has had some drama tonight, hasn't it, Andy?
Yeah, it has, and I think it'll be interesting to see the battery strategy as we get towards the latter stages of the race. We always find that good battery usage, and certainly on laps 20 through to 23, that battery management will be absolutely key and pivotal as to who has the final run on that final 25th lap. Dependent, of course, on whether or not we've got a few bigger gaps. But, of course, it's nose to tail for the first 8 drivers. Wojciech Steg, Niall Gio, Bab, Kalki, Yuki, EVE Lucas, Tai, and, of course, Vettel at the back of that leading 8 in the Kick Sauber. Then there's a 1.2 second gap back to the Haas of GeForce Nick. Chandler's then. All that promise from the early part of the race. Still floundering in P10, 1.5 seconds off the back of the Haas. Keeping him for company's XD Lamb with that 10-second penalty. Then it's Sammy, 1.1 seconds further back. So a couple of battles happening towards the back of the track. Back of the pack on the track. But of course, now we've got this 8-car train out in front. A little mistake there from Bab means he will fall out of DRS range. Goes across the detection point. Yeah, he will come under significant pressure. And Bab may well go from 3rd to 6th here on this long drag down towards the final chicane. No, he's going to keep up into fourth, is he? No, fifth it is. Lucas couldn't quite get past. Tried to have a little look down the inside there, but decided better of it. Probably a wise decision from the McLaren to let Bab through there. But yeah, Bab dropping from third down to fifth because he dropped out of DRS range. Will come under pressure, though, down towards turn one from the McLaren. Side by side, they go then into turn one. The inside line will be held by the McLaren then into turn two. No, it isn't. Just manages to get the traction and the grip through turn one there, the Alpine, to maintain himself in P5. Good racing from both.
Oh, Lucas is really trying to get through. He's doing some great racing. Bab and Lucas there, great driving. Staying behind. Oh, he's gone into the wall. Oh, that's disappointing there. Lucas, does he get past? Oh, no, there's a big accident. He's lost the back end. There's a big accident behind. Oh, there's a bit of drama. I don't know if that's lag or drama. I do not know there, but he's lost his front left. Lucas is nearly, I think that's Lucas lost his front left as well. I'm just trying to keep it tabs at the moment. No, he's all good. Bab has lost his front left plate. He's got to be very careful. He's got some serious quick cars coming very, very close to him. He just needs to be able to stay out of the way. He has lost that front left plate there. Wow, some serious driving there. A good side-by-side action there between Bab and Lucas. And Lucas now up in a P5. And we've got the two Mercs in P3 and P4. 2 second gap between McLaren and the Merc at the moment. Tai as well. They should just work together. This should be the key now. Aston Martin working together with the McLaren to try and push on and get the Mercs. Because 2.3 second gap is not that big compared to anything else happening, obviously, in this race. I reckon we could see another safety. I'm going to bring a prediction up here. I reckon the way things are going, we could see a safety car. So I'm going to fire that in. Will we see a second safety car? Let's see. Let's give that, what do you reckon, 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
5. 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes.
Go 10 minutes.
We'll go 10 minutes.
We're only at half race distance.
There we go. Will we see a second?
Interestingly, Yuki has dropped right off the back of Kalki as well. So if Tai and Vettel and Lucas work together, they can diminish that 2 second gap to the back of the first of those two Mercedes, I think, SJ. What do you think?
Yeah, well, the two Mercs are working together. Obviously, Kalki right behind Niles Giraud there. And Niles' tyres will go off, so the hards will be the tyre to watch out for at the moment. The question is Tai is only 1.8 down the road from Yuki. And Vettel has actually overtaken Lucas for P6. So he's having a great night tonight. The debutant, I've got to say, of his drive. And also Tai, what a night he's having tonight. This is probably one of his best finishes this season in P5 at the moment. So coming up with looking at driver of the day, it's going to be very interesting to see here as Tai does get onto the curb a little bit there, but he does need to be able to catch up because he's now 2 seconds behind again. It was 1.8. Is he gaining any time on Yuki or Kalki? The question is Yuki has fallen away from his teammate, 1.4. So Yuki could be in a little bit of trouble if Tai or Lucas start to catch up. We've got a bit of drama going on here as Chalmers goes around the outside of G4 Nick up into P8. And we've now got the Williams driver of Lamb going to make a move as well. We've got battles going on left, right and centre as the G4 Nick is on the right-hand side and he stays within formation. No, he's actually let him go past and Bab's gone. Bab is out of this race. He's decided to retire. Or has he retired in the pits?
Yeah.
Oh, why? Oh,
that is a shame.
That's unfortunate. One of the Alpines out, and now we are down to 16. Going back on this battle here is Chandler's and Lamb. Chandler's trying to get to the back of Vettel. Vettel up in a P7. Lucas down to P6. Tai in a P5. Tai to 1.6. Look, he can see a Mercedes in front of him. That's the question. Niall into P2. And we've also got Kalki into P3 as well. So any drama going to happen here. We've got Chandler's. Look at this. Look at the speed going down on the left-hand side. Makes the move past Vettel. Does he get the move down for P7? Yes, he does. Does he go for the double? No, he stays behind the McLaren there up into P7. This is a great race. There's some serious points here between Tai, Lucas, Chandler's, Vettel, and Lamb, and G-Force Nick that can get involved in it as well. Lamb does have a penalty, though, so that's definitely hurt him in this race. But at the moment, Tai Tai is gaining on Yuki.
Yeah, I think that's the thing we've got to look out for here, because whilst Tai Tai, Lucas, and Vettel were exchanging positions, Chandler's and Lamb and GeForce Nick have just closed up and made that a nice 6-car group now, as opposed to the 3 cars it was previously. Yuki still dropping consistently off the back of his teammate Kalki there in P4. And that gap, that 1.5 second gap, just got to keep our eye on it. Any late penalties here could be incredibly conclusive when it comes to track limits, SJ. The gap down to 1.2 seconds now between the Aston Martin and the trailing Mercedes of Yuki. So Tai Tai just working quite nicely. He will obviously have Lucas, Chandler's, Vettel, Lamb, and GeForce Nick for company down the long straight, so we may well see Tai Tai move down into P6 or P7, but the key thing will be, can these chasing drivers in this chasing pack work together over the course of the next 6 or 7 laps to give themselves a shot at a potential podium, or is that gap 3.2 seconds between Yuki and Kalki too big, SJ?
I don't know, because the way I'm just on board at the moment, I'm looking at Lamb, and Lamb is just overtaking Vettel there. He's got hardly any ERS, so he's going to have to be able to pull that back. But Lamb, Tai Tai, and Chandler's and Lucas are all within DRS. And Guff, it looks like it's going to be a 3-horse race for the lead at the moment between Steg, Niall, and Kalki. And then it's going to be a battle between 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and possibly 10th. Lamb is going to have to really push on. Just on board with him at the moment. He's got 21%. He's made his move up into P8, and he really did struggle. Oh, he's gone for a move there, Vettel. That was silly, and he's really cooked that, and he's got that all wrong. He should not have gone for the move, and there's your safety car, and it changes this whole race again. And Steg is not going to be happy because he had a 1.3 second gap to Niall. Oh, that was silly. That was silly. I don't know why he's done that.
Yeah, that was not the wisest decision there, going into that tight right-hander. Obviously, the stewards will take a look at it. But, yeah, now Gio, on those 10-lap-old medium tyres, probably, if he could have hand-picked a lap where there would have been a safety car, this may well have been the lap that he'd chosen, SJ. Lap 16 of 25. He'll dive into the pit lane to throw on some fresh boots. That helps, obviously, Kalki and Yuki as well, who dropped 5.6, 5.7 seconds off the back of his teammate.
It doesn't. I don't think it does, because if they do pit, you know, this is going to be an interesting one. Do you go back onto the mediums and go to the end now, you know, or do you stay on those hard compound tyres? Because if you do, you are now going to put, well, the Mercs are going to double stack. This is the question. How much positions is Yuki going to hold? And he can't hold them all up. Look at all the cars behind him. He's got to get this right, because if not, it's a penalty coming his way from the onboard stewards. You cannot hold the delta up massively against your advantage. I think they may have timed this well. No, they haven't. They haven't timed it well. Because look, he's right behind, and they're dropping P9, P10. And then you've now got Lucas that's into P8. Is he going to be able to get through Steg? Who's through? He's into P2. Kalki now goes in P4, so he's been pipped by the Red Bull. But look at this from Yuki. He's going to fall all the way down the bottom, and yeah, down into P11. All down into P9. So he's gained a few. Well, I think he's lost a few spots there. That's massive. That is massive for this race. And GeForce Nick is leading this race. P1 on 11-lap hards. And every single person is on medium compound tyres, apart from Lexi, who is on those soft compound tyres. So this pushes everything out again for driver of the day. At the moment, if I feel that he's got the pace, I'm going to go for Tai Tai. Tai Tai is looking likely for my driver of the day. I've been very impressed with him. You know, he's been able to pull that gap in. How many races are left this season? For here, for Division 1 or for Division 2 to 6? Which one? Because obviously calendars are different, Nixon. So let me know, mate. Let me know which division you're meaning. Sorry, Andy, I didn't mean to interrupt. But yeah, I think this is...
Hey, no worries, mate.
This is massive for Merc, because Lucas and Steg are in P2 and P5, and Merc are in P4 and P9, and Sammy and John are in 11 and 15 at the moment. So Jono not having the best of races tonight, but there's been a lot of drama in this race, isn't there? A lot of drama.
Yeah, there really has. From start to finish, we've seen drama. And yeah, you're right. I'd forgotten about that double stack problem that Mercedes would encounter as they got themselves onto those fresh medium tyres. So yeah, Yuki dropping all the way down from P4 to P9. Wojciech, Stegnile and Kalki all relegated one position due to G-Force Nick staying out on the 11-lap old hard tyres. I think that's an incredibly brave move from the Haas. He'll have to defend like some kind of enormous lion to keep himself in that position with the faster, softer, compound and fresher tyres, of course. As we got two guys going into the pits, Vettel and Sammy into the pit lane again. And yeah, that is a wing. We're having a wing put on the front. We're not having a wing put on the front. Vettel has dived into the pits. And it did not replace his wing. He has no right end plate on that kick Sauber. Has the Ferrari changed? Ferrari's got no left end plate. So Ferrari and Kick Sauber both jumping into the pits for a fresh wing after some kind of incident on that safety car lap. Neither car has jumped in and had the wing changed, SJ. So Vettel, who promised so much in the early stages of this race, now floundering at the back with Sammy in the Ferrari. Yeah, big problems for Kick and Ferrari, SJ.
Yeah, massive problems there. It's not been a good night tonight for them, which is unfortunate. And there's obviously still drama to go as well. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see there. At the moment, though, this race could go anywhere. It's going to be a very interesting one to see how this is going to go. We give everyone the points back regarding the safety car because there was still 5 minutes to go. Steg is not going to be happy with this at all because, you know, he's going to fall all the way down. Well, if it
yeah, he will drop a long way.
He could go last.
Yeah, he'll drop a long way. I don't think he will. We've got two cars at the back, of course, with no wings, so that'll be an issue for them. Plenty of laps left racing as well. This isn't over by any stretch of the imagination. We will definitely see a tussle for the race window. So now Gio, Kalki and Lucas. And let's not discount your choice for driver of the day, SJ, as it currently stands. Tai and the Aston Martin.
Yeah, I'm going to jump on board with Tai for this one, I think, for the onboard. I think he's been fantastic tonight, done very, very well in the Aston Martin doing a great job. We do have green lights going green. We saw G-Force Nicky is on very old hard compound tyres, and we saw Bab was on very old hard tyres as well. And it didn't go to plan for him tonight, unfortunately. It didn't go to plan for him after the safety car. Steg has already got past Nick already. And I think Gio will try and get past them as well. But Tai has got a massive opportunity to stay with the pack, use them for DRS, use them to save his ERS as well. We're coming up very, very close to the end of this race. This race has gone very, very quick. Going to jump on Tai after this lap. We've got a bit of a battle going on there as Yuki does get past Miles Color up in the P8. Now he's going to have a go against Chandler's as well. Just keeping on board with Tai at the moment. We've got Nigel that's managed to make the move past G-Force Nick up in the P2. So G-Force Nick down into P3 now on those 13-lap hards. I think he's really gone the distance to see how much he can do. I think this may be the wrong strategy. Probably just trying to score points now. He's got 5 laps or 6 laps to get to score points. But he's got every single person behind him on fresh medium tyres, so we'll have to wait and see. And there you go, there's another one past him. So we've got Kalki gone past him into P3, then Lucas has gone past him now. You can see him dropping behind Tai will try and get the move done. Whoa, watching on the brakes, a little bit of a slap tap there. Hopefully no damage to the back of the Haas. Tai will go for the move on the right hand side, and there we go. G-Force Nick has dropped all the way down, but look at this, Chandler's is looking ready to pounce as well. He's got to be very careful not to end up taking out the Haas and taking himself out and the Aston, but he goes up in a P6. So Chandler's is another one for driver of the day. What a drive he's done tonight. He's now up in a P6. Yeah. He started last. Incredible scenes.
Yeah, incredible scenes. And G-Force Nick coming under increasing amounts of pressure. No more pressure for him now, though. Oh, as Midas Mellor calls it a day in the pit lane. But G-Force Nick down from the lead of the race at the start of lap number 19 down to, lap 20, down to 8th.
Yeah, no, there's been some drama tonight. Kalki in that P3 position at the moment, followed very closely by Lucas. You got Nail Jouer, 1.4 behind Steg. Steg is trying to get away. He's trying to capitalise on as much as he can at the moment, because at the moment he's dropping down to P12. So he's going to get some points, but yeah, this is interesting. But Kalki is on the prowl, up into P2 now, past Niall Jouer, and there's anything that can happen there. He has used a lot of his battery as well. Lucas into P4 as well, going past Niall Jouer, getting the job done. Great move there, up into P3. McLaren, P1 and P3 for the time being. We've got Niall Jouer now, and then we've also got Tai Tai up in the P5 as well. So we are going to do Driver of the Day nominations, because I'm just going to keep on board with Niall Jouer. So what are you going for, Andy, tonight?
I'm going to go for Chandler's. Having started towards the back of the grid, I think it's a fantastic drive from him in the Alpine. Just kept himself relatively out of trouble. And up into P6. Great drive from him.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic job there tonight from Chandler's. Right, well, I'm going to go for DODD.
Oh, just as I say that, there we go. Brilliant. The commentator's curse strikes as Chandler's picks up 3 seconds.
Yeah. I'm going to go for Ty tonight. I think he's done fantastic. So there's our votes, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to pin that message and get your names in. Get your names in, ladies and gentlemen. Who you think is going to be driver of the day? We've got 42 people tuning in. We've got 5 laps of racing remaining at Vegas at the moment. And to be honest with you, as they've seen every season at Vegas, we have got no idea who's going to win this race. It's so close now with the safety car coming out. Who is going to win this race? This is going to be the question. It's been not a good night for Sammy, not a good night for Danger, not a good night for Vettel, as he still has that front right plate damage there. We've got Lexi, who's done very well tonight on them soft compound tyres, but are they going to go off before the end of the race? That's going to be the question. Jono having that unfortunate incident earlier on. We've then got Chandler's getting up 3-second time penalty, so he's pushed himself out of getting good points from earlier on, but it's still a great drive from him. We've got Yuki that's making his way up. Kalki getting the fastest lap as well, so he's definitely making moves, and he's now up into P1. We've got Lucas and Steg really trying to push on. Nail Jouer 1.1, could even lose the DRS to Steg. Steg is just trying to stay with Kalki at the moment, and these two had an incident last week, so this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to go. There's your gap to leader, guys. 4.5 tenths, 1.6. At the moment, Steg is falling all the way down to Jono and P10, and that would be music to Jono's ears, because the gap will not be increasing that much, but we'll have to wait and see what happens unless Jono starts to make up some more places. What a race it's been. It's been fantastic. Had a lot of drama. Safety cars, incidents, a few wings damaging. Yeah, a lot of drama tonight, Andy.
Yeah, plenty of drama. Always is at Vegas. And the drama's probably not finished yet either. You're right, with that gap back to Jono from Kalki, Wojciech Steg is going to drop down. But he does have DRS. He does get the move done on Kalki here on lap 22 of 25 at Las Vegas Rush Racing League Division 1. And he'll be looking to just try and ensure that his last few laps I would imagine they'll start saving a little bit of battery quite shortly. SJ, certainly the front runners. Maybe not now, Gio, a little bit, 1.4, 1.5 seconds off the back of that leading two, the leading duo. So yeah, might have to get himself in some kind of state for that.
Yeah, just on board there with Tai getting very, very close. I think it was either to the back of Lucas or to the back of Niall. We'll have to wait and see there. Tai is in the DRS of Niall Jouer there. And Niall Jouer has got 42%, Tai on 48. Tai, this is a fantastic drive from Tai. This is a fantastic drive from Tai, I've got to say. This is one of the best I've seen him. so far. And if Kelki and Stig keep fighting and messing around, Nigel can catch up. But it's 1.4 seconds at the moment out of the DRS, and Tai Tai is on the prowl. Lucas is going to be very, very close to Tai Tai. And we've seen how important the ERS, the DRS, and the tow is here. You could be third, you could be 2 cars back, and still overtake the guys in the front. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here as Steg loses out there to Kalki, gets into P1 at the moment. We've got Tai Tai in P3 now, who's taken over Naljua. And we've got Lucas, looks ready to make a move. We've got Chalmers in the back ready to make a move. No one doing anything silly at the moment, which is good to see. The Chalmers knows he's got the penalty, but he's trying to push on and cement that position because Lamb is 4.9 seconds back, and at the moment, Chalmers is going to cement P7. So at the moment, this is going to be a tough one between Chalmers and Tai Tai for me for driver of the day. With that penalty, should really go to Tai Tai, but we'll have to wait and see. No one's coming in yet with any more votes, so yeah, we're coming up to very, very closing. I'm going to put this to a poll, and we'll run the poll for 5 minutes. So, DOTD, I'll let you take this lap away, and I'll take the last lap.
Yeah, I'm just looking, and we talk about Tai Tai. Tai Tai in P3 has closed that 1.4 second gap. He's now all over the rear wing of Wojciech Steg. So Tai Tai giving himself an opportunity with 2 laps to go. Battery management now incredibly important. And it's Kalki with 79-80%. Wojciech Steg getting very close to the rear there of that Mercedes as we enter the long straight for the penultimate time here at Rush Racing League Division 1 Las Vegas, who will gamble it all on this final lap and a half to try and take away the jackpot of the win. It looks like it's going to be Wojciech Steg to try and take the lead of this race, but will suffer the consequences of an 8-second penalty from last week. Nose to tail then, Wojciech Steg, Kalki, Tai Tai, Niall Gio, EVE Lucas, Chandlers, and Yuki now in the mix here as these drivers start lap number 25, the final lap of this 25-lap race. Who has got what it takes? Oh, contact between Kalki and between Wojciech Steg, and that's allowed Tai Tai in the Aston Martin to sneak past the Mercedes up into P2. What a move that is. A passenger, but took the opportunity when it was presented to him. And actually, his Wojciech Steg's blocked the road there for Kalki, and Tai Tai does remain in P2. It looked as if Kalki was going to get a move done on the inside, leading up to that tight 90-degree right-hander. Loses the rear a little bit there. I'm on the view from the rear of the McLaren as it currently stands, but it's Wojciech Steg who does have that 8-second penalty, won't win this race. Tai Tai in the Aston Martin, the Mercedes of Kalki, Niall Gio, Lucas, Chandlers, and just tailing off slightly, the second Mercedes of Yuki. But here we go then, down the long straight. This is where this race will be won and lost. Tai Tai holding on. Guff, Kalki though, looking to take the lead of the race. Who's going to go side by side then down towards the final chicane? It's Tai Tai who's going to have the inside line. Does indeed get past the Mercedes of Kalki. Tai Tai close in behind Wojciech Steg. Here comes Niall Gio. Niall Gio in the Red Bull, burning the battery towards the line. It'll be the Red Bull. The Red Bull of Niall Gio will take the race win here at Las Vegas. What a move after the final chicane by the Red Bull, SJ. What a finish to the race.
There you go. I'll let you take this one. Oh, absolutely incredible scenes there. Unfortunately, we saw Lucas get the pen, and we saw obviously Steg win the race. So Niall Gio will win the race because Steg does have that penalty. Tai Tai will take P2. Definitely 100% deserves driver of the day. Absolute fantastic result from Tai Tai. What an end there from Niall Gio. It was all about the ERS. We probably saved there a little bit too soon, burning the ERS on that last bit. But wow, what an intense finish at Vegas. I'm sweating buckets watching that. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And I'll let you take it away. How do you feel?
Yeah, man, that was an intense, crazy finish. I was looking at Kalki and Tai Tai there down the long straight in towards that final chicane, but now Gio just battery management, utilized DRS to keep in touch with that too, and then of course just blasted the battery down the final stretch to take what will be a race win. Obviously provisional race win with the 8 second penalty for Wojciech. Wojciech does cross the line first, of course, and actually gets quickest lap in the end. On track, P2 is now Gio in the Red Bull with the Aston Martin of Tai Tai, our driver of the day in P3. We've then got the 2 Mercedes, good recovery by Yuki to finish P5, Kalki P4, Lucas P6, the Alpine of Chandler's up into P7, the game's driver of the day. The Ferrari of Jono getting up to P8 in the end. Then it's Lamb in the Williams P9, and the top 10 finalised by Nick, G-Force Nick in that Haas, up from 14th on the grid. So good race from him as well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Bet plays. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Right, so we got some view results there. So that's gone. We'll get rid of that. Choose Pronomet. Who will take the win? Well, it was Nigel that's going to take the win because he was the one that finished, I believe, in P1 in the end. So Niall Jouet does take out the win. So whoever did vote for Niall Jouet, they will win. So there we go. Congratulations to them. We've got some we've got some interviews coming in, so hopefully we can get Kalki, Niall, Jouer, Tai Tai, and Steg. Maybe we can get Steg coming in. But summary of tonight's race. Let me know what your thoughts were tonight. Yeah, how you felt about that race tonight.
I think from start to finish, we had drama from start to finish, a little bit of early chaos, a couple of safety cars, of course, which threw the result up in the air after there were a couple of gaps that had been formed early doors. But that's what Las Vegas brings you. The race is never done. That's why I would suggest that, if you decided to halt and retire in the pits tonight, rethink your strategy in the future, because you never quite know what this track will bring you. It's a funny track to drive purely because the race is at night, therefore track temperature becomes a little bit of an issue. But yeah, the summary for me is make sure that you utilize and manage that battery, not just for the final straight, but for the final turn, because it can make, as we've just seen, all the difference.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, unfortunately, some of the guys obviously weren't happy tonight. There was a few areas there, that didn't go to plan. But the last lap was incredible. That's what we want to see. Some great driving, and But first of all, okay, all right, we'll take it over to the winner on track. Well, we can definitely say that because Steg unfortunately does have that 8 seconds to serve. So we are going to go through the guys tonight. So Niall, unfortunately, you did finish P2, but you actually do win the race due to the penalty of Steg. Give us a little bit of let's give us a little bit of an insight into what you thought that race was all about tonight.
I'll be honest, there were a lot of times I thought the win was completely out of my hands. I mean, it was tough. Definitely the pace was a lot faster than I'd initially expected, not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, it was just really about keeping it clean in the end of the race, so I mean, just try to stay out as much distance as I can. And yeah, it really paid off at the end and got the move at the end. So that was great.
Did you think, obviously, coming down the main side, because we could see that the Tai Tai and obviously Kalki were burning a lot of their ERS, and then I saw that Kalki just harvested a little bit more, just a little bit, just to try and get onto that main toe, because that it's the second part of that DRS all the way down that strip, and it's the next part where you can get that tire, and that's probably where we saw you pull in because you stayed behind. Obviously the Merc, and had a little bit probably more ERS. So did you feel that was an opportunity to try and take the win?
Honestly, I'm just going to settle for P3 here or P4 on track. Because, I had a bit of contact, I think, in the sphere section, Lucas kind of went to the back of me, or at least on my screen. All right. So I did lose a bit of time there. So I just thought, okay, let's just settle for P3. It's a good result anyway. I see they get both not great exit, and I just let's take an advantage, and it worked. Sweet.
Well, let's say one thing, right? Excuse me. Every time you come in and you reserve, you do fantastic. You know, you've got some serious pace. Me and Andy know you from WRR. Obviously, great to have you in the league as well. But is a Vegas a track that you enjoy? You like it? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Vegas is one of my tracks where I feel I'm stronger at. Definitely, I've done more races than most. Well, not most of the tracks, but a majority of the tracks at Vegas. So I do quite enjoy Vegas. Actually, it's one of my stronger tracks.
Well, fantastic. And it looks like we only see you when the tracks that you like. So hopefully there are more tracks that you like.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's a break now for everyone. Obviously, the Melbourne Grand Prix is on, and you guys aren't back until the 22nd of the 3rd, which is Abu Dhabi. Is that another track that you're pretty strong at, or is it a track that you're not too keen on? How do you feel?
I mean, I'm gonna have to see. I feel like it's gonna be a good track, but I'd never know. I think there's a very, very good chance I'll race Abu Dhabi though. So, I mean, we'll see. Really.
Well, congratulations on the win. A fantastic win. Obviously by default by Steg's penalty, but I'll pass you over to Andy if he's got any questions for you.
Yeah, Niall, not so much questions, just a little bit of observations. You know, you said yourself that you thought that the win was out of your hands on multiple occasions throughout the course of the race, but that battery management, my friend, coming round after that final chicane, just talk to me. I need to know exactly, please, the percentage of battery you had as you charged down towards the finish line, because that was outrageous.
Gonna be honest, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was about 30%. It wasn't a lot as well. I just, thought I had some battery, might as well burn it, But
Yeah.
yeah,
It was just it was
30.
incredibly good to watch. I was absolutely fixed on Kalki and Tai Tai, and of course Wojciech as well. But yeah, what a finish! One of the most exciting finishes I think we've had here at Rush Racing League. And congratulations on your race win, my friend. Break next week for obviously the Australian Grand Prix IRL, and then we head off to Yas Marina on the 22nd of March. Are we going to see you for Yas Marina? Or is it one of your favourites?
I mean, again, we'll see. I think I'm going to like Abu Dhabi, but obviously, I think there's a pretty good chance I'll race there.
Good stuff. All right. Well, listen. You take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and congratulations on your race win.
Cheers.
Okay.
SJ, back over to you, my friend.
We're doing this a little bit back to front. We normally do P3 to P1, but we're doing it backwards. So we'll go over to P2 next. I don't know what's happened tonight. Just still in a little bit of rabbit in headlights after that finish. But Tai Tai, what a night, mate! Driver of the day. My vote was driver of the day, and obviously for the public as well tonight, mate. How did you find Vegas?
It was tricky at first, but I don't know. Through the ending stages of the race, I felt more confident in the car and myself to be able to, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Well, I'm going to say something. That was a fantastic. I think that's probably your best drive we've seen you in Division 1. I know you've been away for a few weeks, with the PC issues and stuff. It's great to have you back on the track. And that was some fantastic racing at the end there. The battle between you and Kalki, obviously on that last lap, that was some good racing. Can you give us a little bit of an insight onto the last lap for you? Because you were in a very, very good position. You just got past Niall. I think previous or the lap of prior, with the safety car came out and then obviously put everyone onto mediums. You were then back down into P5. And you were gaining on the Mercs actually when you were working with, I think it was Lucas, beforehand, and then all of a sudden you're right behind them on the last lap. Take us through the last lap.
Um, I wasn't. I was just worried about saving the battery, and because I'm not sure how much battery usage Kalki had at the final lap, but I saw him burning past me, so I waited a while to burn my battery, and then yeah, got past him, but I got a little tap on the back from him, and I messed up my exit a little, but yeah, I got Niall to run down, and he just went flying past us. So it is what it is. But yeah, I wasn't too worried about getting the win. I'm just looking for some big points for the team.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely fantastic night for yourself and Aston Martin as well, in a very, very good qualifying as well. We saw obviously JD and yourself going into Q3 together as well. A lot of the teams we saw together, Merck, McLaren, Red Bull, you guys. So really, really good night for you. And also for Aston Martin through this whole break before we go into this break week. Talking about Aston Martin, what has Watanabe done to Aston Martin just to change the whole dynamics of this team? We've seen you've really like pushed in some points. You're being very, very competitive in Division 4. What's changed in that Aston Martin garage?
Not much really, but we just uh really pushed really hard on the off season, saying that we could do stuff that we didn't last season achieve. But yeah, not much changed. Watanabe, he's a good TP, rooting us on every race, engineering us. So yeah, but we can't say much. But uh,
Well, you're doing a phenomenal job, mate. Absolutely phenomenal. And I'll let Andy take it away with some more questions if he's got any.
Yeah, Tai, great race, my friend. You were kind of on the fringes for quite a while, and SJ had talked about you probably about halfway through the race in terms of what a great race you were having, and we just kept checking back in. There was a bit of a gap that had formed, and you just from nowhere you closed like a second gap down to the leading two in what felt like about half a lap. You were on fire, and then from that point onwards, it just felt like that you might just pull it off. Is that the greatest drive you've had here at Rush?
definitely, for sure. I was
Yeah, for sure.
motivated from SJ telling me he's my driver every day for this race. And yeah, my team telling me that as well. So
Brilliant.
that really pushed me on through the race.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. You
Glad I
you
could
did an
help.
absolutely outstanding.
I'm glad I could help. Motivation speaker.
Yeah, super stuff, Tai. Great to see you. I think it's the first time we've spoken in the comms box, and it's a pleasure to speak to somebody fresh and somebody new. You'll head off to obviously the break week next week, and then off it's to Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi. How do you fancy that track?
uh, it's not one of my strong suited tracks, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, good stuff, man. And I think carrying the confidence from this week into that race, it's almost probably a shame that we've got a break because it would have been nice to just carry that momentum from your drive here at Las Vegas tonight into a race pretty quickly. So well done, though. Anyway,
Thank you.
Yeah.
SJ, back over to you. We got Kalki.
No, we don't, unfortunately. He had to leave, which is a bit of a shame because it would have been good to talk to him before the break. But we do have his teammate in, Yuki Bear. And Yuki, what a night. What a night for Merck. It was looking very, very good in qualifying. It was looking very good in the race. You actually lost out to DRS for a period of time and started to fall a little bit further back down the pack. But first of all, let's talk about your teammate tonight. What a night! Just got pipped at the end there, unfortunately, by by Tai Tai. But how did you find the race with you and your teammate tonight?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Worked together pretty well in quali, and then got into the start of the race. He made up a few positions, and then I let him by because he was a fair bit faster. I just tried holding on to their DRS, and then I don't know. We kind of worked together, and then at the end of the race, didn't really get near him after the second pit stops, because we got held up since we double stacked. But no, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, well, still massive points as well. And did it have it on your mind that you knew that Steg had that penalty, so it was trying to get into the points as much as you can tonight? Because obviously the 8 seconds was massive, and we saw.
Not at all. I completely forgot until we finished the race, and I just heard it then.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah,
So that crossed my mind.
he had the 8 seconds to serve, obviously from Hungary. And that's obviously pushed him, I think, all the way down to maybe P9. We'll have to double check on the standings, but he was obviously in control of this most of the race tonight, between obviously yourself and Kalki, and just couldn't break away. He did break away from Niall for about 1.1 before the safety car came out, so it wasn't really in his favour tonight. But what about the last lap? How was it from your view, between obviously Tai, Kalki, and Steg, Lucas as well behind you, and also who else did I miss? Did I miss anyone else out? Yeah, Tai as well. How did you see it from your view?
I was nowhere near anybody. Going into the middle sector, I got dive bombed by somebody, and that cost me almost a second. And that I only got P something. I can't remember where I finished off penalties, because Lucas and I think Chandler's had a penalty in front, so I jumped them. So the last stuff I was not close enough to see anything.
Okay, all good. Thoughts of your teammate tonight, Kalki? Obviously a strong performance. Obviously Merck have suffered a little bit in the last probably 3 or 4 weeks, just due to those points in Division 1, but we're now starting to see Mercedes bring those points up as well. How do you feel Kalki's going to go into the break, going into Abu Dhabi for round number 9?
I don't know how he's going to go. I haven't raced him at Abu Dhabi in a while, but I think he'll go well. I'll hopefully be able to reserve some more races, get some more good points for Mercedes, and start making our Div 1 a bit stronger for some points, which will always be nice.
Well, definitely, you're going to have another shot tomorrow. So this is a bit of experience for you, and also some practice as well. And how are you feeling around this track going into tomorrow's race? Obviously, it's a very competitive grid, just like tonight. But obviously, Division 2, you've been impressive the last few weeks. But another different winner last week. That's now 6 different winners in Division 2. How are you feeling going into obviously a completely different track, which is obviously Abu Dhabi? So how are you feeling with tomorrow's race with Abu Dhabi?
Not. I haven't done any practice, so I didn't even know the track until you said it then. So
wow.
I don't know. I haven't had any time to practice through the week, so I'll probably get on and do a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, no, I'm decent there. I did Wallaby a few weeks ago and won that, so hopefully I can do that again.
Okay.
But I don't know. It'll be an interesting week.
We'll have to wait and see. I'll pass you over to Andy if he's got any questions. Unfortunately, Kalki's not here, but if he's got any questions for you, then feel free. Andy, over to you.
Good evening, Yuki. Good evening. Good drive. Good drive in the end. Unfortunate with that, with the double stack in the pits, of course. But yeah, really good to see you out on track, working hard alongside your teammate. Yes, Abu Dhabi. I'm glad that you've not practiced. It just brings a little bit more excitement to proceedings, doesn't it? When you've not had a practice, thrown the track in right at the last minute. We like that. Have you seen the first? Obviously, a break next week, and then Yas Marina in Division 1. But have you seen the first half of this season for Mercedes?
For Mercedes, I haven't seen much. I've only been in here to 2 races or a weekend, so not much, but they've done really well. I'm just here. I'll get them some more points, and hopefully I'll win my division's championship,
Mm-hmm.
which will be nice. But no, I'm just in Div 1 to get some more extra help out Kalki and get some extra points.
Yeah,
Where
for
I
sure.
can.
And I think what I meant was really across the whole garage in terms of Mercedes. You know, in the
Yeah.
first half of that season, has it been a good season in the pit lane for all of you combined?
From what I've seen, yeah, it's pretty. It's a bit more lively, and it's good. It's good. It's yeah. It's
Good stuff, mate.
interesting.
Well, listen, good luck to you tomorrow. I'll let you go and do some practice around Abu Dhabi. I'm sure
Oh
you'll
my god,
crack
I'm going to
like
probably get into bed.
that.
I've had enough of this game for a night.
Well, I shall look forward to seeing you next time you're out on track, my friend. Take care.
See you, mate.
Okay, well, we do have a few more. I think we've got a few more interviews due to, obviously, it being a break week. So we're going to go over to Wojciech Steg next, and then we've got Jono after that. So we'll keep this pretty quick. Gary, mate, are you with us?
Yeah, hello, mate.
How you going, mate? Obviously, it was a tough night for you. You knew you had the 8 seconds going into that race, and it was trying to capitalise and try and make as many positions as you can. But unfortunately, it didn't go in your favour tonight with the safety car coming out, and then another bit of a safety car again. But how did you find the race in general tonight in Vegas? Because technically, you won the race, but unfortunately, due to the penalties, it pushes you down to P7. So how did you find it, all in all?
Yeah, like it was enjoying throughout the whole race, unless those two safety cars, those two full safety cars. Yeah, it was pretty much enjoyable. Some good racing, and yeah, unlucky that we couldn't score more points because of those safety cars.
Well, excuse me. We're going into round number 9. Obviously next week, which is obviously Abu Dhabi, not next week, the week after. How have you felt the season's gone for you so far? Obviously, you're leading the championship. Didn't really capitalise on much tonight because Jono did finish right behind you. Oh, actually, I think he finished behind you, or he may have finished in front. Have a look. Let's have a look. P7. Jono finishes in P8. So yeah, he actually finishes behind you, so not much of a gap between you two. But how are you finding it at the moment with pressure behind you, with Jono and Chandler's?
Uh,
Or you're
like
not looking at that?
I don't feel I don't feel any pressure. I just wants to like score as many points every race, which we didn't last 2 rounds or last round if I'm last round Hungarian before Spa. Yeah, so so far it was 2 bit of scrappy races, but the rest of the season looks good so far. So yeah.
Yep. Well, you've been doing a fantastic job so far, and I wish you a great break. I hope you enjoy yourself and come back to racing and yeah, start again. It's going to be an interesting end to the season. There's some very big tracks coming up. Obviously, a shorter season for Division 1 compared to their division. So, no, congratulations. So far, so good this season. I'll pass you over to Andy if he's got any questions for you.
Yeah, thanks. Oh,
Oh no, he's actually gone.
he's
We've lost him.
gone.
Okay, so I'll let you go, and we'll take it away with our next interviewee. But no, have a great break, and we'll talk very soon.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
No worries.
Bye.
Okay, right. Well, unfortunately, we've lost Andy, which is so unfortunate. I hope he hasn't gone completely. I'll just quickly flick him a message. But we will just jump on board with Jono, known as Garrus, known as Jono, Garrus, known as Jono, aka, or I know it's Jono, I know that. But yeah, Jono, mate, tonight didn't go to plan for you tonight. Quali, fantastic quali, though. You obviously
Mhm.
didn't have your teammate there to help, unfortunately, with the quali ban. Um, did you think you were going to get to Q3 with tonight? Because we know how important the toe is.
I was very let's just say I wasn't okay, so I knew I was gonna get into Q3, but I just didn't know what I would get after that because of all the toes that other people can give people. So I was definitely in the dark of where I would qualify. I was hoping for a top five, and I actually got P2, which was crazy because as you saw, like in Q1 and Q2, I really just didn't actually have the pace at all because other people were slipstreaming and I couldn't do that. So I was very surprised at a P2. Um, I did use that toe off Lucas. Didn't work out well for the first turn because he just flicked on his hot lap straight after crossing the line instead of putting it on along that straight. So it was a bit not optimal, but we got there in the end.
Well, to be honest with you, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because obviously Gully, you knew that Gully had that penalty.
Yep.
I'm thinking, and
Yep.
he obviously just could not pull away tonight. He did pull away like a 1.5 second gap earlier on, and obviously we saw Bab go out in front on those old hards, and then we also saw G-Force Nick do the same, and it didn't work for both of them. They fell through the pack very, very quickly. And he just was not been able to make that time. And he's only made one spot on you because
Yep.
you've finished right behind him. And also we saw
Mhm.
your front wing very early on. Can you give us a little bit of an insight what happened there with the front wing? Because we don't know if it's been reported or gone to the onboards, but that pushed you back. And obviously,
Yep.
you're probably counting yourself lucky tonight that the safety car came out because otherwise it was going to be a struggle.
Yep. Yeah, basically, like I won't go too into it just because it's for the stewards to handle, but I have made the report. It's just that uh, I just wasn't left any room, if you want to call it. So, just my whole front wing came off. I was very surprised, but I just got slammed into the wall. So, um, I didn't panic. I just, just went into the pits and just, obviously I wasn't going to retire because there's still points up for grabs, even though I was in P14 at that time, I think. So,
Hmm.
I just made the best of the situation and I think I got P8 in the end. That was the best I could do, and overall, I'm happy about what I did because um, I'm just I know that I had a lot of pace tonight, but it is what it is. So that's just racing. So we go again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 points between you and Gully. Obviously, he scores 10 and you score 8. So,
Mhm.
that pushes it to now, if I'm just looking at the standings, pushes him to 150 and you to 103. So,
Yep.
there's hardly anything in it. It doesn't seem, it seems like a big gap, 103 to 150. But it's still early days and there's still 10 more races to go. So, with some big
Anything could
races,
happen.
yeah, it can. And going into the next race, obviously you've got a break week now. Abu Dhabi, is that a good track for you moving forward, or is it a track you don't like?
I am quite good at it. Luckily, I have done a lot of races there, a lot of competitive league races, so I know the ins and outs of what people will do. So hopefully, I can get another win.
I love the attitude, mate. Love the confidence. That's what it's all about. Obviously, from the conversation we had last time, it was like, I'm not going to win it. I'm not going to win it. And then I was like, well, it's only 25 points, and you're like, oh, really? Okay. So
That's crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's a bit more now, unfortunately tonight. But it's
Yeah.
we've seen Gully DNF this season. I don't think we've seen you DNF this season yet. I'll have to have
No,
a
not
look.
yet. Not yet.
He's obviously got 4 P1s. You've got obviously 1 P1 and 2 P2. So he's actually 3 because technically that one was not. So it's a really good battle to the end. And also you've got the likes of Chandler's and Kalki. Kalki is racking up those points now. Niall Giroux has done really well. If we can get him into a full-time seat, he'll be one to watch out for.
Yep.
So the pressure's on, and Chandler's is right behind you with 91 points. So it's between you and you've obviously got to look out in front, but also look behind because Chalmers is catching you up as well. So this could
It's
be a
gonna,
nice little 3 horse race to the end of the season.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be of. I'm hoping it's gonna be a very tough title battle. You know, not just one person getting away with it. So we're, hopefully all of us can bring the battle to Alpha Gully, and fight for that top spot.
Yeah, no, and which is really, really good to see, and that's what we want. We want those battles, and you never know. We might even have some new drivers coming into the mid-season break. We don't know. We've got obviously this, and then we've got silly season, so there's a few breaks going on. Do you think this is the right time for a break for you, or would you rather just keep continuing? Because obviously the momentum, you take a little bit of time off, you then got to get back into it, and then you take your foot off the gas, and then mistakes start happening.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts to that?
Well, the break week is very nice to have, but like you said, it does like I do lose a little bit of muscle memory. It only takes about like an hour or two just to get back at it, but even then, it's just you're probably not as good as you were when you didn't have that break week. So it's just working back up again, I guess. Just keep practicing whenever I can, um, and just hope for the best, I guess.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. And do you put a lot of practice into it, or are you one of these guys that just turn up and just race?
I do. I probably do about half an hour of practice just
Half an
beforehand,
hour.
just so I,
Wow.
but it's only for just race practice like Grand Prix, just
Yeah.
to because I am not the best at quali, like I know that. So what I want to do is because I know I can always get like a top five in qualifying. It's just that race pace is what I'd really need to practice, just so I can keep up with Alpha Gully so he doesn't get away. So
We know he's got some serious pace and quality as well, but you've obviously got the race pace as well. So someone's got one of the strengths and you've got a negative, and the other person's got a strength and the other person's got a negative. So it's an
yep.
interesting. It swings around and roundabouts as well, which is really, really good to see. Are you a fan of the full quality? Is it something that you want to see going into season 9?
I am a fan. I'm a fan. I love it, especially if it is a full grid, like what we had tonight. I think we had 18 though, but even then, when it's full quality like that, I love it just because people can get knocked out and you have to put in a good lap time. Because short quality, yeah, it's kind of the same ish, but like a full quality, you have the proper I guess pressure you could call it to at least get into the next qualifying session. So I love that aspect of it.
Well, I'm glad you do. Some people don't. They don't like it due to the red flags, but I think it's great. It shows what you guys are really capable of, and then obviously knowing Q3, it definitely ramps up the track like by a second as well. So it's really good to see. All right, well that's it for the interviews. Jono, mate, thank you very much for jumping in. I know that we've probably interviewed everyone, and it's gone a little bit longer than expected, but no, thank you very much. Love seeing what you're doing on track at the moment. Have a great break. Keep safe due to the cyclone as well. And if you are going
Yeah.
to the Melbourne Grand Prix, enjoy it. And we will see you back on the 22nd. I'm just going to double check it is the correct date. I don't want to tell you the wrong date. I think it's the 22nd. Let me just double check. We've got a few break weeks coming up due to silly season around the corner as well. So, yep, we will see Division 1 and we will see Jono back on the track on the 22nd of the 3rd at Yas Marina.
Yes, thank you so much for commentating tonight, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries. Take care, Jono.
Have a good one.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I don't think I'm going to get my English friend back, Andy Owen. I think he's completely gone. So connection may have gone. He may be in a storm. I don't know what's going on. And unfortunately, he has moved house, so connection may not be good still. But it was great to have him back on the comms box. And great to be back in the comms box as well with Division 1 action. And it was really, really good race tonight. At the end, probably not the beginning, a little bit of incidents that didn't need to happen, unfortunately. But these guys still put on a good show. As well, which is really, really good to see. Big up to all of our followers as well tonight. Thank you very much to Mario Ento28 for the follow. Thank you very much for the hype train from Marzi. JBLKRC, thank you very much. And also Bab14M, thank you very much for the follow as well. Big up to all of our sponsors, our main sponsor, AI369. Thank you very much. Feel free to check out their website. It's in the comments, and also Pagnian as well. It's in the comments if you want to affiliate code. They've just released a new victory seat, so if you are interested in it, then get amongst it, get on the site and get your orders in. And we've also got SimLab as well, and also Speed Nation New Zealand only. So if you are a Kiwi or a New Zealander and want to get involved in some sim gear, then feel free to message me and I can help you along the way. That is it. Division 1, they're on a break. They've got the Melbourne Grand Prix now, so they can relax, chill out. You won't see them until the 22nd, so people have got time to just chill and chill and do what they need to do. If they want to continue practicing, getting involved in socials, then by all means. It's been a very interesting start to the season for Division 1. It's been ups and downs on the grids. We've had drivers leave, we've had drivers join, we've had drivers switch teams. All things have happened. We've had some very, very quick guys, unfortunately, leave due to other circumstances, but we still have had some fantastic rating. We've had a photo finish. We've had a very close finish like tonight. We've had like the championship leaders DNF, and it's just everything that's going on. And there's still a lot of races still left to go, still 10 races to go, and I'm sure it's going to be a great end for Division 1. But there is more action tomorrow night with Division 4 and Division 2. I'll probably be joined in the comms box because due to the cyclone, unfortunately, we have lost a few drivers and due to connections and what's going on in their lives at the moment. So that's fine, that's no drama, but we do have more racing and we cannot stop. We've got to keep going. With Abu Dhabi tomorrow. Normally you see that at the end of the season, but no, you're not. You're going to see it on round number 8. But that is it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Congratulations to the podium winners tonight. Nail Jura taking up P1, P2 from Tai Tai, Kelki taking P3, and obviously driver of the day goes to Tai Tai as well. And also all Division 1 drivers and reserves, thank you ever so much for your support and your continuing dedication to turn up every week and race, even though you are from the EU and it may be 8:30 in the morning. I still appreciate it very much, Lee. Until then, I wish you all a great break. Everyone in Australia, please keep safe. And Niall Jua, well, if he ever changes his mind from a reserve and full time, I know that Red Bull seat is definitely open. Have a great break, and we'll see you on the 22nd for Abu Dhabi. Good night.